Yeah. It's Prov. Yeah. Read my mind, baby, can you see the times? I want you to be my wife, baby, please don't waste my time. I got too much work to do, I just wanna be sure of you. We ain't got no perfect views, but what works for me would work for you. Tell me, would you work for me? Serve God like you serving me. Yes, I'll lead you with certainty, provide for you eternally. To protect you, I'll get out and cock that grip. Bullets take off like a rocket ship, need you passenger side of my cockpit. Rising above this nonsense, we ain't got no sense of time. Lose yourself inside of mine, introspective, well collected. Girl, I could be your prized possession.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Strawhat Podcast. How are you guys doing on this Monday evening? Happy to see all of you guys as always. For the people who are here on Twitch, YouTube, and to the people over on Instagram, what's going on? Hello to all of you guys. And it feels weird not having music behind me. So you already know I gotta throw the Nami theme song on, and it's a very fitting day for Nami. We're gonna talk a lot about Nami because a lot of stuff happened with the Tangerine Queen. So be prepared because it's gonna be a great stream in that regard. But what's going on, everybody out there in the world? I see my boy Fooly is here. He says like and sub. I agree. Make sure you guys hit the like button and make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already, because why not? If you like One Piece, this is the place to hear about it, talk about it, and this is the community for it. He says we're lit. We are lit. Some stuff happened this week and we got to talk about it. It's going to be an interesting stream because I have some interesting stuff to talk about. So we're going to definitely get into that. Zaz in the building, he says like, comment, and subscribe. Agreed. Listen to them. There's a reason they're saying that. He says we're here. We are here. Yes, sir. Strawberry is in the building. She says, hey. But she says that she's first, but you're not first. But you are first on Twitch. So what's up? Good to see you. How are you, my friend? Fooly says the best pirate crew to ever start podcasting and join the fleet by joining the Discord. You've been spitting so far, Fooly, and we ain't even really got into the pod. You've been spitting. Yes, listen to my boy Fooly. You know what it is, man. You know, JC Vargas in the building says hello. What's up, JC? Slick in the building. Hello, what's up, Slick? Henny Rico on Instagram says, I'm here for the One Piece manga 1181 chapter discussion. Well, that's what we're doing today, man. So you are in the right place. Well, kind of. If you want to actually watch it the correct way, I'd recommend that you come over to YouTube because it's kind of iffy with like the portrait mode over on Instagram. So the place I actually recommend you watching it is over on YouTube because we are going to be pulling up the chapter, live reading, reacting, and discussing it. So you might want to come over to YouTube, click the link in the bio, or just look up the Strawhat Podcast on YouTube. Come and find it, and you'll be good to go. Strawberry says, I am good. I'm with my lover, my bestie. Oh, shoot. All right. You got it. I don't even know what to say. Shout out to you. Shout out to your lover and shout out to your bestie. If those are all separate people, hello to all three of you. If it's only two, hello to two of you. But either way, I'm happy to hear that, Strawberry. I definitely am. Guys, before we get into the chapter, I need you guys to pay attention real quick, okay? Because something happened in the One Piece world. They decided to drop an episode. And oh, buddy, they decided to finally animate episode 1159 of One Piece. And I'd like to just assume all of you guys have seen it, but I don't know if you guys have. So I'm just going to go off the assumption that you guys have not seen episode 1159. I just want to give you a rundown of what happened. There was some cool stuff, okay? You know, they had a guy, the sun god guy. They met him, and that was all cool, fine and dandy. We find out we're in a toy house. All that's good to go. It was a cool episode. Not much happened, except not much happened, except you know who pulled up, and she had to lay the thunderbolt tempo down on Road in this episode, man. Good God, was it beautiful. The animation, if you haven't seen episode 1159 of One Piece, take a second right now. Click out and just go to maybe the 15-minute mark and just witness greatness. Just witness greatness. Just witness greatness. Strawberry is my best friend type that. Okay, well, I hope they are your lover too, because that would be weird if they weren't. Robert, what's going on, Robert? He says, I'm here on YouTube. I switched from IG. Good to see you, Robert. Good to see you, man. Welcome aboard. We're definitely about to get into that 1181 talk. We're talking about episode 1159 because Big Nami, what's going on? My boy Nika, Big Nami had her showing. You guys all saw it. And did you guys just happen to see just that little glimmer of like redness in the lightning? Did y'all peep that? Don't worry, because if you didn't peep it, when the gang gets up here after we read the chapter, make no mistake, we will be looking at the little flash of red lightning that we saw when she delivered the Thunderbolt Temple. Man, it was beautiful, and I'm here for the Tsunami agenda. You guys already know what time it is, man. JC says, oh boy, here we go. Hey, look, man, you know what timing we on. Robert says, saw it last night, loved Nami dropping lightning, bro. See, I like you already, Robert. Like, I don't even know you. I just met you. You just came over from Instagram, and it's like you've been here forever. It's like you belong here, Robert, because you get it. Happy to finally left. Oh, yeah, finally. So we got a lot of stuff with Nami tonight, and we're going to talk about a few theories, a few everything after we get everybody up here, after we read the chapter. But I wanted to do something really interesting before we actually get into the chapter. I have something that is somewhat unrelated to One Piece, but somewhat related since we're already in the spirit of talking about Nami. And guys, I haven't ran this segment in a minute. So I want to run this segment and I want to get you guys' opinions on what Nami would do in this situation. WWND. That's what we're going to talk about, because this is one of my favorite segments. I haven't done it already, but we have to present, is bro onto something or is bro on something? And we're going to find out today, because guys, I have a doozy for you. Something that happened to me within the last 2 hours. And I just want to know, in the spirit of Nami and in the spirit of berries, because this involves money and this involves berries. So I really want to know what you guys think Nami would do in this situation, because I'm doing the WWND. My boy 3D's in the building. What's going on, 3D? I just want to know, what would Nami do? So I'm gonna pull up this video and I want y'all to check it out. Let me set the groundwork first though, okay? Let me set the groundwork. If you don't already know, I own a restaurant, like own a restaurant. It's been like this for 6 years. This is the first time that this happened to me in 6 years of running this business. And I want you to watch this video and we'll talk about it. And I want you to tell me, think in your head, WWND. And we're going to pull it up because you guys are my gang. And I felt like this would be very fitting to show you guys this before we actually get into the chapter. 3 says, how did this turn into a Nami love fest? It's always a Nami love fest, man. Where have you been, 3D? Where have you been? So guys, let me set the stage really quick for you. Guys, this is my restaurant. These are the cameras behind the scenes. Mind you, this was at 5:27. So this would have been less than 3 hours ago. Less than 3 hours ago. Remember, think in your head, WWND. What would Nami do? This involves berries. So you see here, this right here would be me. just 3 hours ago. And I'm going to play this video because I really want to know what you guys think Would Nami would do. So we have, we have just a normal situation, right? Mind you, by the way, I just finished taking an order for 2 guys that was in the building, right? I gave the food to one of his friends. He walks out the building, right? His friend walks out the building, but the other friend goes to the bathroom around the corner. So I just want to know, again, WWND. So this is me right here less than 3 hours ago, and we see this guy right here. Now I want you to really pay attention to this guy who's walking up to the counter. And if you notice already, this guy right here is already looking at the camera that is right in front of his face. I want you to peep that, okay? He walked to the bathroom. I'm not in the front because we're making food. So let me scroll it back again so we can set the stage. Man went to the bathroom. I'm right here. Let's check this out. Now, if my observation haki was on 10, I would have peeped this, but my observation was kind of lacking. So we have a gentleman. This nice gentleman comes up. He grabs this thing that's sitting right here. Did any of you guys know what that thing is right there? I'll give y'all a second to take a guess. If you missed it, I'll roll back just a little bit, okay? There's a thing sitting right here. If y'all can't see it, it's money. And the tip jar is actually pretty hefty because typically, no pun intended, typically, I don't empty it every single day, you know, because not a whole lot of cash tips come in. So I'll typically empty it maybe once every few days. Mind you, been running the business for 6 years. No problems at all. I had a food truck. I had my restaurant. Never had a problem, right? Never had a tip jar taken. This guy, by the way, was actually a really nice gentleman. He bought food and he bought a drink and he was a cool guy, right? So anyway, let's play it back because I don't think y'all really got to see it. Gentleman comes up, stops, looks at the camera. He knows he's getting recorded. Mind you, this is only one angle. I have 4 other angles. Let's keep it going. Double takes. Boom. Grabs the tip jar, walks out, and look at me. I actually walk out right after him. Right after him. You might be saying, hey, Ree, you saw him take the tip jar. Why didn't you do something about it? Well, that's where you'd be mistaken, because the reason I'm actually walking up here is not because I saw him, because mind you, I didn't actually see him. I saw his back. Mind you, look at this. He's already turned around. Boom, 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 boom. I just missed him. He's already out. Why did I walk up here, you ask? To grab the phone because someone called and I took the phone order. I took a phone order. I just missed him. Mind you, if my observation haki, if I had future sight, you see, this is what tells me I haven't been in battle yet. Because, you know, Luffy wouldn't have been able to see that until after Whole Cake. After Whole Cake, Luffy's seeing that's going to happen. Me, I just, my observation just wasn't there. So, mind you, I go back and I just missed him and I proceed to go take the order for the customer and make food for the customer. And the tip jar is gone. At the end of the night, I go and look and I'm like, hey, what happened to the tip jar? Because there was a tip jar there, you know, all day there was one. Someone put a ton of, you know, they put their ones in there, all that good stuff. You know, it's just, so this is my question. Was bro on something or is bro on to something? Was he on to something by taking the tip jar, or was he actually on something? Because, you know, it sucks. And it's tips for my employees, not for me. So it's like, you know, it's all good. It wasn't even that much money, but it's more so the principle, man. When you really, and this is just a message, we're about to get in the chapter. I hate to prolong the chapter like this, but this literally just happened before I got to my house to start streaming. Whenever you build something in life, there will always be people that don't want to see it grow. And I want y'all to keep in mind, look out for those people, man. Look out for those people because they're lurking and they're watching. They're lurking and they're watching, man. It's crazy, but it's okay. Life goes on. Again, it wasn't even that much money, but it just goes to show that there are just sad people out here, man. That's just what it goes to show. Either way, it's all good. It's not that big of a deal. I just felt like it would be funny to show you guys. Clearly, bro was on something. I see all your chat. I see all your comments. Yes, it was the tip jar. Facts. Total scum is crazy. I got cat burglared, man. I know, man. It's ironic. Nami's my favorite character, and bro, literally sleight of hand got me half a second. If I would have been up there half a second earlier, I would have stopped him and I would have got my freaking money back. But it is what it is, my friends. He was only nice because yes, literally, he knew he was. Oh yeah, hey, let me get 2 shrimp fried rices. Yeah, extra yum sauce on it. He's like, yeah, as soon as I get that food, I'm getting that money back. Bet. Yeah, it's crazy. I know. You got like Usopp. Yeah, bro. Here's the crazy part. I actually got a squad, but we just ain't know. But it's cool. I'm just gonna go about it the easy way, man. I'm gonna take it, do a whole police report tomorrow, and I didn't have time because I had to come back home and stream. So we'll take care of all that, man. Don't worry. Dude did that in front of a camera and an active. You know what's the crazy part, right? He heard the phone. That's why he double taked, because he heard the phone ringing when he walked up there, because he knew that was gonna bring one of us up there to answer the phone. That's why he took it, turned so fast, and dipped, because he was literally about to get caught. But it's all right. He was on your Sanji mode chefing, but didn't have a. Yeah, man. You know, look, I'm pre whole cake Luffy, but I feel like my future sight is starting to really. The wheels are turning, man. You know, the wheels are turning. So it's all good, man. It's all good. That's grimy facts. How does this affect Nami's upscaling? JC, you're funny. You are funny. Still in the tip jar is a new low if I've ever seen one. It's okay, man. Don't worry. It's just funny, man. It's just funny how this stuff happens out here. Fooly says, oh, by the way, hi Sheila. I'm really reading. Wayne says crazy, by the way. It is 100% crazy. He was on one to steal from a black-owned business 2 months. Yeah, man, come on, man. At least make it 3 months, bro. At least 3 months. You know, like just guys, let's get into the chapter, man. I'm yapping. We're here for one reason and one reason only, and it's to talk freaking One Piece. And let's get into the chapter, man. Enough of the tomfoolery. Let's get in the chapter. This is what we are all here gathered to talk about. There we go. Let me get my right layout there. Boom. Okay. We are here. Chapter 1181. God and the Devil. Oh, not and, go God and Devil. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let me make sure I read it right. So we have Carrot. Hold on. Let me scoot over so I can see this. So we have Carrot. No joke, I thought that said Linkin Park. I was actually about to go crazy because I thought Oda was based like that. I thought this said Linkin Park and I was about to go insane because, yo, no way Oda is a man of culture like that. I know he's a man of culture, but no way you listen to Linkin Park like me. So Ninjin Park is that way. Zoe is the other way. And then we have whales that I guess they're actually funny looking. Other sharks. Yeah, okay. Reader request, Carrot singing and walking over pan sharks lined up in the sea. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I actually miss Carrot, man. God dang it, I miss Carrot. I can't wait till Carrot comes back. That's gonna be a good time. She's one of my favorite minks. So RIP Pedro, but I definitely miss Carrot. All right, people, what are we looking at? Oh, a Harald sighting. Whoa. I was not expecting a Harald sighting. Okay. That makes me the worst king in the history of Elbaf. So you must kill me to take the throne, Loki. Yo, what's going up, Bonney boy? Sigh. Okay, so we have a flashback. He died at age 144, but giants live to 300 years naturally. That is pretty young. I'm not going to lie to you. Dang. Okay. So then that would have made him, let's see, in human time, I think our expected lifespan is like 80 years. So this is almost 50% of that, a little bit over 50%. So that would have been, he would have been in his 30s, technically. Yeah, that's crazy. So he really, really died in his prime. If we're really just doing the math. Man. That's rough, man. It wasn't his time to go yet. Facts. So I take it you're the one who manipulated and killed my father. This is a girl, man. These are female features. These are female features. I'm not gonna lie. Oda is making me think guy, girl, but I'm really still sticking with female. I'm not convinced. I feel like a lot of people in the community are sold out to the fact that this is a male. I don't think so. I just don't. And I would love to see that Oda makes the final villain a female, especially since Luffy hasn't like fought females outside of Vivi, which shout out to that punch. Outside of that, he really don't be messing with females. So if the final villain is a female, that would be actually pretty poetic. JC says, and you carry one. Yeah. You know, look, the only thing I'm good at is counting money. Apparently, I'm not good at protecting money, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Slick says, I got scared for a minute when I saw a flashback. And yo, facts, bro. Keep the freaking flashbacks away from me. We've been in flashback territory for a little bit too long. So now I'm kind of scared when I see people who should have already died again, because I remember how long we were in that flashback. So that is straight facts. Bonney Boy says, I mean, androgynous isn't off the table. A hermaphrodite would be interesting, or intersex. Yeah. I'd be cool with that. I just feel like it would have more impact in my head. This is just me. If it was a female, because like the strongest person in the world who ruled was a female, that would bring the female stocks up, especially if this person is actually a mother. You think about it, like this is the parent to someone that's like relevant in the series right now, especially after we know that Oda has basically kind of showed us that the mothers aren't as important as they should be in One Piece. So if it ended up being like this is a female, that'd be pretty interesting. I'd like him to go down that path, but I'm okay with whatever he does. Robert says he or she is the devil. Has anyone seen Bedazzled when the devil said he can be a guy or girl? I've not seen that, but that's mad interesting. That is mad interesting. I have not seen it though. I don't know. I guess it could. Hey, I don't know. I guess it could go that way too. Okay, he said, who manipulated my father? The one who suffered the greatest setback was Mu. Okay. And why is that, Mu? Why is that, Mu? What's going on, Alex? He said, Imu has always been a man. All right. We are in that headcanon territory again. I'm with it. 3D says, I guess same can be said about gods. Yeah. I mean, I guess you're right. I don't see why not. Okay, so Mu suffered the greatest setback. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense because obviously one of the best Holy Knight, or the strongest potentially Holy Knights that Imu would have been, killed. Got it. That makes sense. It's kind of a crazy way to look at it, but makes sense. 10 out of 10 chapter. 10 out of 10. Redface is in the building. 10 out of 10, bro. What's going on, Redface? He says, I'm late. You're not late, bro. This is still page 1, man. Or is it page 2? No, it's still page 1. You're good. It's still page 1. Okay. So we got Loki. He's pulling lightning from the sky. Tell me, once I'm dead, my reputation means nothing. Oh, wait, no, sorry. These getting the flashback. Okay. Tell me. And then Harald says, once I'm dead, my reputation means nothing to me. All that matters is Elbaf's future. Okay, so he's having flashbacks during this. Ooh. Okay, so this lightning blast should actually be insane. This should actually be insane. Okay. Isn't that right? What did you do to my old man? Ooh. Oh, look at that freaking light. God dang. The lightning blast he's pulling is... See, that's why Oda drew this, to show us the scale of this lightning blast. That freaking sword is humongous. And the lightning blast he's pulling down for Imu is actually insane. Holy crap. Holy freaking crap. Robert says, I'd say Imu is a man because he's been harping for centuries over Lily leaving him for Joy Boy. And Vivi wants to be captured and brought to him. Man. Maybe. I'm only going to say maybe because I think that the Lily thing could be a jealous female thing too. Because I get what you're saying about Lily going to Joy Boy. I think it could be like, you left me, Joy Boy, you left me for Lily. And that's why we've always seen Imu in what seems to be like a wedding dress with a crown. That's kind of where I'm going, because maybe you got left at the altar, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you saw him cheating, or I don't know. But the wedding dress get up that Imu's kind of always been in has been something for me that's like, okay, you're probably a woman, but if it's a man, that's fine. But you do got to explain this long gown, because that's giving wedding dress. And it's giving like, it might actually, what, ironically, how it could end up going is kind of like on Thriller Bark with, it could be on Thriller Bark, how Lola and freaking, not Hogback, freak was his freaking name. The freaking creepy fox dude. Man, I always forget his freaking name. Absalom. How Lola wanted to be with Absalom, but Absalom wanted Nami, but Nami did not want Absalom. But Lola saw Absalom with Nami and got mad at Nami for the betrayal, but it wasn't actually like that. That's what I see. Which would be a Thriller Bark upscale, and I hope that's not the case. Dean says, context is pointed to Imu being male based off of the mention of King Nerona Imu and the way the Gorosei address Imu. I mean, I hear you, but I've seen Oda do much weirder things with things that line up a certain way. I've seen him take the stories differently. So, again, hey, it might be. Let's see. Harold, but you see, a man doesn't die just because he's dead. That's true. I think it's clear that Imu's a man on top of the pronouns used in Japanese for saint. I'm not against it. The only thing I'm saying is don't write it off, because Oda could easily be leading you down a path that it's not. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't for sure say that that is the case. Those are the king's majestic robes with a crown to symbolize he's a male king along with his male pronouns. Hey, we'll see, man. We will see. I get it. We will see. Certain cultures in Africa or Europe, they wear royal garments that are long, not in a pant shirt look, long garments. That's true as well. You're onto something. That's some Legend of Korra type-ish. Big Moo ripped up Joy Boy's reincarnation, but framed Lily's. That's true. That's true. That's true. Imu and Lily worked together to kill Joy Boy before Lily left after not placing her sword at the empty throne. Okay. I mean, look, I'm liking y'all's thoughts on this. We'll see. Random, but not gonna lie, if Joy Boy is misdirection and they are female, I'm gonna laugh so hard I laughed out. Yeah. Honestly, Joy Boy might not even be a boy. But I don't know if I'm going down that path. I do think Joy Boy is a male. But Imu, we'll see. Okay, so we got this lightning blast that's coming down from the heavens. It looks actually terrifying. Ragna Izuchi. Okay, so you got, is this lightning coated with ice as well? Is that what I'm looking at? It's kind of hard to tell, but I think that might be what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so, I'm so curious. I'm so curious how an attack from Loki works on Imu directly. This is going to really answer scaling questions right here. Okay, so you just block it with one of your big Omen balls. Alex says no, just lightning. Word? Okay. All right. It looked like it was coated a little bit in ice. Is this not kind of look like ice around Ragnar? Or Bonney Boy says I think it's an elemental combo. I don't know. That's what it's giving, but okay, so it gets stopped and we have this massive explosion. Ooh, man. This is super interesting. Okay. Refe says Shanks upscale. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, man. However that works, I'm here for it, I guess. Brick click snap in the building. What's going on? What's going on? He says you missed the bottom. Okay, hold on. Wait, I missed the part. Wait, oops. Hold on. Let me go back. Oh, shoot, I did. Okay, so he goes to hit him. Does this? Oh, okay, so it's on their head. Oh my God. So you can pull the. Why am I getting Big Mom feelings? So you're putting this on your hand, like Big Mom would grab a Prometheus. This is probably like literally a black cloud / flame. I watched you pull up and make homies appear. Why am I getting Lin feelings? I feel like everything that I've seen from Imu gives me freaking Lin feelings. I don't know why, because you're literally grabbing it just like Big Mom would. Okay. So you grab it and so you just literally make contact with it. Brick Click Snap says not much, just about to finish the space mosaic. Then gonna work on the signs. Ooh, that's cool, man. That's what's up. The Omen sprouts from Moo's hands as they always seem to. It does look like he's kind of, or she is kind of grabbing it. But I see where you're going. 3D says, did you pay attention to that sword? Am I missing stuff? I must be just missing a lot. I'm just seeing. Okay, let me back up. 3D says I need to pay attention to the sword because clearly I must be missing. Okay. You're talking about Moo's sword right here that's flaming on the back, right? Okay. And then obviously the same thing we've seen before. Okay. don't think I missed anything. You got the flaming cloud at the back of the sword. Got it. I don't think I missed that. You're talking. Oh no. You're talking about the sword. That's. Oh yeah. No. If you're talking about this sword, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. That just gives you the scaling of how massive this attack is. No, for sure. I 100% agree. No, I definitely peeped the sword. That's insane. That is freaking insane. I for sure peeped it. I wonder if Joy Boy had some application of Machi in his bag that would make him even more legendary. I guess it's possible, honestly. But if Machi comes like directly from Imu, though, then maybe not. That's an interesting thought. Imu is Loki looking like a progenitor for a lot of things, maybe even a proxy. Progenitor. I've never seen that word, brother. You're gonna have to tell me what that word means. I've never seen that. Am I dumb? I might be dumb. Maybe I should know what that means. I don't know. Okay, but I do think the proxy thing is possible. There are no shiver or cold sound effects. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Linden's fruit is probably a certain version of Emu's, but we saw linking before Emu, so we feeling like it's Big Mom. You're right, especially since we're talking the soul thing. You know, like there's definitely some uncanny connection in some uncanny way. I don't know what it is yet, but you can't see all these things and be like, nah, you're tripping about this being connected to Big Mom in some way. You have to at least admit that some of this stuff is like, ooh, okay, there might be something to this. So I agree with you, Robert. Dean's life, I think Imu has many aspects of prior antagonists, but primarily Big Mom pirates. Okay. Machi is just a bad translation of Imu's Omen attack. Oh, so you're not under the belief of Machi. I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that are saying that the correct translation is Machi and that there's more to it. But you're saying you're not with any of that. I don't know, Alex, because a lot of credible people are saying that there's validity to that. Red Face says Emu or Moo. Honestly, I'm hearing that there might be a difference, and that's what's scaring me. He says originator, you're not dumb. Okay, because I was feeling mad dumb. I'm not gonna hold you. Big Brook upscale. All right. Okay. Is this the Big Mom comeback in a way? I don't think so. I genuinely think Big Mom still will come back because you've got to explain to me these homies. You haven't explained that yet. You can't end the story without explaining to me how these homies exist separate of Big Mom, especially Zeus, who's literally a part of Big Mom's soul directly. So I need the explanation for that. It's not, the correct translation is Omen, which is why Viz is using Omen as well. Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a dog in this fight, but a lot of people disagree with you. But I'm okay either way. Okay, we got a Lilith sighting. Lilith, what are you doing? So Bonney is here. We got a Bonney sighting too. And who is that? Is that Sanji? Oh yeah, he just got knocked back. And Bonnie's trying to catch him. Okay, and then we got Jinbe and Nami and Frankie. Got it. All right, hold on. Sheila says the current form of Emu/Moo doesn't remember asking about the King of Elbaf. He asked the same question Gunmu asked, so I don't think they share the same consciousness. You're right. That's actually pretty interesting. Man, Imu's actually pretty. Imu seems like kind of complex. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know. That's very interesting. I think it's Katakuri running the Big Mom Pirates next, but that's another time. No, I agree with you. He should be next. Absolutely. And he should run his ones to come get his sister. I agree with you. Okay, sorry. I had to get a drink. Okay. Let me keep reading. Okay, so she says Sanji's fine. Sanji's legs look fine to me. Did he tank that attack? I mean, maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Because, you know, Sanji is kind of weird. He could have honestly just healed, like, right away. You know, I don't know. Sanji is an oddball, especially with his regeneration. Hold on, let me read it. He says, Viz also calls Elbath. That's true. That is true. That's a good point. Okay. Are you kidding? He blocked that? What are those black flames? What power do you have? Omen. Okay, so it's not coming under your sleeve. It's coming out of your skin? Or is it coming out it's not coming out the holes on your arm. Man, that's actually odd. Okay. Wow. So it's coming out of your wrist, kind of? Or like the area right where it meets the polka dots. And the palm of your hand too. Ooh. And it's blowing up like a freaking who was that? The dude from from Doflamingo's crew. I can't remember everybody's name in this freaking show. The bomb dude in freaking from Dofi's crew. His arms would freaking blow up. The one that Barto had freaking threw the barrier around so that Robin didn't get blown up. I can't remember his freaking name right now. Oh man, I can't remember everybody's name in this show. Either way, is my military might. Wait. Omen is my military might. Got it. You can turn giant, a power that lurks within all things. Oh? Okay. A power that lurks within all things. Okay, where are you going with that? That's interesting. So haki. So this is like a type of haki. Haki's within everyone. You just have to be able to awaken it. Is this where you're going? What are you doing with this? Because Alex, you're saying Maki doesn't exist. It seems like this would be like a version of haki that's being explained. I don't know. Okay, so so you're clashing with. Is that your sword this time? Is Ragnar bending? No way. Y'all see that too? The freaking hammer, the handle is bending. Wow. Wow. What a freaking clash. What a freaking clash, man. And what happens? So Mu jumped straight above him. He hits the ground and we see, what is that? You take the sharp edge of your sword and you're going to stab him with it. Oh, man. Oh, my. Oh, my. Hold on, let me read some of these comments. This is interesting. Okay. Alex says, Viz uses later thought that Oda prefers Elbaf, and that was the first wrote in English. But he still has a good point. They still use different versions, so it's still a good point. Neon, what's going on, Neon? He says homies likely are just a new life form Once their souls are separate from the original soul, they exist on their own. Okay. That's fine. I'll hear that for the other homies. I'm okay with that. But my only issue is the person who is the originator of the fruit. This is her personal soul. That's the only thing that kind of bugs me. This is her personal soul put into Prometheus, Zeus, and Napoleon. That's the way that those homies are explained in Whole Cake. So it would just not fully make sense to me if there's no issue. Now, granted, I can hear that, okay, Zeus is a little bit different because Zeus essentially died and got reborn in a way in Wano because he got eaten by Hera. So it's like, okay, maybe you died and that's kind of why the soul linkage got broken and that's why you can live in Nami's climate attack now. I'm okay with that explanation because I do think that had an effect on it. But that doesn't affect the homie that's in Goldberg's shield. You know, so it's like, I don't know. Bonnie Boy Sai says, I think they all tank their representative attack in the sense they aren't in critical condition. Sanji's punching out the Denson-ish. Yeah. Imu may have another dimension like Brule, can morph like Cat, create an army like Cracker, give or take life like Big Mom, keep/summoning things from books like Mont Dior. Ooh. That's actually mad interesting. Deans. You're that's interesting. Cause you got the abyss, that would be your other dimension. You can morph like Cat, okay? The army. Deans. And Smoothie's ability resembles what Imu did to Saturn. Okay, I can kind of see where you're going. Interesting. Alex says Imu is explaining Omen, not Machi, as all translations will point out. Machi is just a bad translation. Okay. Gladius, thank you. It's Gladius. Thank you. True, that or Gear Third. Yes. Imu is making himself as big as Loki. Shape-shifting. So okay. Can we all agree? Maybe this is what's in Imu's bag. Do you think that I like where Dean's life was going because that's mad interesting? Do y'all think that Imu might have a mix of all fruits? Is that something that's crossed any of y'all's mind? Because I'm seeing a lot of different things, callbacks to things slowly. Do you think that Imu has like a piece of everything? Or is that just like way off base? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'm gonna read more of y'all stuff here in a second. Let me read a little bit more of the chapter. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. So the Clash, boom, gets above him with a sword. Blade of Judgment Nemesis. Oh my god, he gets stabbed in the chest? Oh my god, Imu is freaking huge. Look at that sword. Wait, your sword did not look like that before. Yo, what is this? Wait, did you grab the sword that was sitting up there? Hold on, give me a second, guys. Let me just make sure that's not the sword that was sitting over here. I don't think it is, but is it? That looks mad similar. I don't think it is the sword, but it looks mad similar to that freaking sword. But I think that sword should be way bigger than that. Wow. So you can change your blade into a different blade. Wow. Oh my God. No, that's different. That's actually different. Imu's different. Imu is so different, bro. Oh my God. And then, oh my God. So, okay, wait. So you fly up above Loki, change your sword into something, and stab him in the chest. And not only is the stab crazy, it breaks the ground beneath him. Oh, yo, that's crazy. Okay, it is the nature of man to crave strength. However, all the wings then came out. Oh my God. When power so lusted after is too easily gained. Corruption. Oh, is Imu about to cook? I think Imu is about to cook. I think Imu was about to make me love them. I know they're the devil, but I think they're about to cook. I can already tell they're about to cook. It is the nature of man to crave strength. However, when power so lusted after is too easily gained, choosing servitude out of self-interest. You done shape-shifted it again into a freaking ball and chain with, oh my God. Ooh, okay, this speech is about to cook. I can already tell. When power is so lusted after is too easily gained, choosing servitude out of self-interest and the envy that seeks to achieve one's goals. The power of Omen. These form the Trinity. Corruption, covenants, and the power of Omen. These form the Trinity. What's the Trinity? Of what we call domination. Oh my God. Yo, Imu is legit having their way with everybody on this freaking island. Oh my God. Imu did not come to play, bro. This is, by the way, this is what I needed to see from Imu, because I was actually mad concerned with Imu pulling up. Because if Imu did not look this impressive pulling up and literally no-diffing everybody, that would have put the story in a very peculiar place for me. I'm going to be honest. It really would have. Okay, let me read some comments before I keep going. But I do have to keep hurrying because I know we got a whole lot of talking to do. This might be a long stream. We will see. Ragnar is fine. No bins. That's impact frames. Are you for real? Oh, let me go back, Alex. That looked like a bend, bro. Chat, is this not a bend? Like, you can see it's going back right here. There's a whole curve in this. The line is not straight. How are you going to tell me that's not a bend? That's 100% a bend. 100%. There's no way that's not a bend. Ragnar can take that. Truth. Yes. Viz calls it Raftel. And Zolo. Yeah. Hey, your boy's in the building. What's going on, your boys? Good to see you. First time hearing about this Jaji guy. Ooh. Zolo is the English translation similar to calling Sanji's dad Judge instead of his real name Jaji? Huh? Okay. Sheila says yes. Okay. A fruit salad. Either all fruits or power the fruits are imitating. People were saying Black Blade. Okay. So I'm not. Okay, let me go back because that's what I was thinking too. Okay. Black Blade. Okay. So I'm not going crazy. I didn't want to say it because I'm like, maybe I'm going to look stupid saying this. I didn't want to feel stupid. So now I feel like I'm not stupid. Yes. So I peeped Black Blade. This looks like freaking. Does this look like Yoru? I don't know if this looks like Yoru. Can you? I feel like I'm slightly tempted to look up Yoru because I feel like this looks like Yoru. Hey, for your boys with the gifted memberships, bro. Shout out to your boys. Appreciate you, of course, always showing love, man. You are the freaking man. W's in the chat for your boys for the gifted memberships. And if you got a gifted membership, make sure you say W to your boys for the gifted membership, man. Shout out to your boys, for real, man. You always showing love here. People were saying Black Blade. Okay, yes. Let me, hold on. Give me a second, right? I just need to pull up Yoru because I haven't seen Yoru in a minute. Just give me 2 seconds. I have it on my phone right here because I need to know. I need to know. Mihawk. Hold on. Yoru. Not milk. God dang it. Mihawk. I can't type now. Okay. So Yoru has a curvier, like round, like outside of it. So it's not, and it also kind of curves at the tip of the sword too. Okay. But the handle looks a lot like Yoru. But got it. Okay, cool. I just had to check that out. All right. Hold on. Let me just blow through some of these comments. Is that the same sword design? It is. It's very, very similar. It's very, very similar. Too much ore farming attack in the verse. Facts. Go back more. Okay, I don't know which one you're. Let me know if I didn't see whatever you were telling me to go back and see. I think his weapon can transform into anything he desires. That's definitely what it's looking at. Yes, I agree. The Mihawk attack. Are you? Wait, hold on. Explain what you're saying. Sorry, I'm trying to blow through these comments. Yes, but we saw him created using black flames. True. That is true. Well, reminds me of a swordsman that's known as the best, okay? Imu giving a TED talk while stabbing Loki. True. It's always a pole-arm sword, but the other end with the black cloud can turn into other weapons like the mace and blade. Okay. I just think it's maybe the sort of unbound creative ability that an Imu has. I think the other fruits in mimicking Imu's ability is a product of dreams / manifestation. I like it. Imu was explaining Omen even further. Got it. Imu had some of Biblo's inanimate grow ability and some of San Juan's self-growing ability too. I think Imu was access to all fruit powers. So would this be like I haven't seen My Hero in a minute, but this would be like all for one. Like kind of like how All for One literally is trying to like have every fruit. So is Imu gonna be all for one in One Piece? Is that kind of where we're going with this? And Luffy's gonna be one for all? Oh wait, wow, I said that backwards. I think I said that backwards. Freak, it just tells you how much I know about freaking My Hero. What One for All? No, okay, no, that's that. Yeah, One for All was what Deku had. All for One was the final villain. Yeah. I'm good. However, devil fruits aren't truly brought into being. Corruption plus covenants plus Omen equals domination. Got it. Okay, let me get back to reading because I am sorry. I'm gonna have to look at some of y'all's comments when we get everybody up, because a lot of y'all are cooking in the comment section. Let me keep reading. Okay, so nature of man, creates strength, power of Omen, form the Trinity. Got it. Okay. What we call domination. Shall I give thee the power of God to step beyond all others? Side profiles looking like a girl again. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oh, so he swings again. And I didn't ask. Did he make contact? It looks like he made contact. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't the sword, but it looks identical to that sword. It looks identical to the sword. Here, I'm gonna pull the comments up on stage so y'all can have y'all's comments here. It looks identical from the swords, man. Seriously. Seriously, it looks like identical. Okay, so we got the lightning. We can see the crack happening and the crick crush. Okay, so he's sitting down. So your power is God's domination. I think you mean a contract with the devil. Are we saying, are we going to get a confirmation that Imu is like not the like, is there, are we getting a confirmation that there's something above Imu? Because why would Imu be making a contract with the devil if Imu's supposed to be the devil? If this is the case, One Piece is not ending for another 10 years. If there's another person we got to meet that's past Imu, holy, or maybe I'm just reading too much into that. God, devil, what is the difference? Ooh. Okay. Interesting point. That's very interesting. I want to know what Vegapunk was talking about, man. I want to know, because who's right and who's wrong? I am starting to feel like there was something. I am starting to feel like there's something past Imu. And I also am starting to feel like maybe Imu is not actually the bad person. I know Vegapunk alluded to it because he didn't know who was right or who was wrong. But man, I need to know. I need to know. Maybe Joy Boy was an op. Maybe Joy Boy was an op. I'm actually starting to sit here and consider that maybe he was an op. Maybe Imu was actually the one that got double crossed and Imu was doing the right thing. Maybe that's the hottest take of the century, but I'm really starting to feel like Imu is just misunderstood, just like Loki was misunderstood. And maybe Joy Boy was actually the bad guy. Maybe that's why Roger laughed, because it's like, holy, Joy Boy, you were actually a piece of crap. I don't know. That might be my worst take ever, but I'm just thinking, man, maybe. Okay. I don't give a crap. No one lords it over me. And I'm starting to think that that's an Omen ring behind Imu as well. Not just like obviously it's not a Hagoromo like it looked like when Imu first pulled up. I'm guessing this is their own Omen ring that might even be given to them from somebody else as well. You know? So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm so interested. Domination is the only true bliss in the world. Isn't that right? Wait, who is that? Who is this? Wait. Who is that? Am I like missing something? Who the freak is that? So is that somebody laughing at Imu? Mind you, again, that's looking like a wedding dress. I know y'all talked long garment, cool. I get it. Joy Boy and Imu, potentially, okay. Sheila says keep reading, okay, got it. What's up, Sleb? By the way, I see you're in the building. Okay, oh shoot, let me zoom out. Sorry. There we go. Okay, so Loki goes to do another attack, and oh shoot, what a panel! Oh my god, what? Okay. Yo. Okay, so we're getting some real emotion out of Imu. Whatever the freak happened with Joy Boy has Imu pissed the F off, bro. Imu is tight. Facts. Whatever freak, he said, keep going. Almost there. I got you. Whatever happened pissed Imu the F off. Wow. Is that a Conqueror's coded scream? Look at the black light. Holy freak. Joy Boy. Okay, so you got Luffy, who is now feeling that. He's hurrying eating. What is this? I've never seen Oda do this. What is this? Huff, huff, murr, gobble, gurb, gotta eat more. Never felt this before. Gug, dang, it's so heavy and harsh. What's with that guy's haki? Glop, glarp, gurk, can't win without a full stomach. More. Okay. Wow, man. This is a terrifying face, by the way. Good God, that's terrifying. Okay. What do we got? What's wrong? Got distracted? Then you don't respect me enough. Ooh! You landed a clean blow on Imu. Oh, a clean Conqueror's coded, lightning coded Ragnar, possibly frozen. Sorry, Alex. Attack. Holy freak. Respect me enough. Send him straight into the Atom Tree. Oh my God. Oh my God, he's about to do it. Oh my God. Loki, my friend. Loki, my friend. Loki, my friend. Wow. Oh my God. You're about to do a whole freaking blast on the tree and burn down the Atom Tree. Good night, bro. Good night. Thorheim! You're about to blow the Atom Tree, a hole through the Atom Tree. Oh, they're actually going to hate you, Loki. And y'all just worked to get that freaking off. Oh, shoot. Oh, I guess I spoke too soon. What? Did you just absorb it? What? So thou art back. Oh, nah, bro. Nah, bro. Okay. You just absorbed a Thorheim. Gang, get up here. Get up here, gang. Get up here, gang. Get up here. Get up here with the quickness, gang. Oh my goodness gracious. He just absorbed a freaking Thorheim. Strawberry in the building. What it is, my dearest of dear friends. Hello and happy Monday. So much to talk about. Good God. Good God. There's so much to talk about.
Listen, is everybody ready to talk about
I'm not. I'm actually not ready. Before everybody gets up here, let me pull up some of these chats. Because I know I'm behind. Let's see. I'm loving Imu's weapon, honestly. I like that it keeps them versatile. Yeah, man. That's mad interesting. This is what the devil fruit can do. Shamrock upscale. You're gonna have to explain how or why, but I'm here for it. I'm not against the idea. Bands D Clover in the building.
Yeah, give me
What
my
up?
W.
Oh, trust me, you will take all W's here shortly. Don't worry about it, man. I will let you have the dubs. The wings are lighter here, by the way. Dang, man. Hey, man, you gotta let the wings live, bro. You gotta let the wings live. They got deep fried with a little bit of lemon pepper on them, but they are still okay. CO plus COC equals D. Is 3D actually like doing some advanced level cooking here?
Advanced level calculus.
No, like that actually is actually insane. Corruption, Omen, and freak, what was the last one? God, I'm such a casual. I already forgot. Covenant equals D, which is also Color of Conquerors. 3D. What? So you just cook like you just randomly chef it up? Like, what is this? Where did this come from? It is a bend. A hammer that can't bend isn't a use for. This is why I like Sheila, bro. The Queen Sheila in here just dropping truth nuggets because again, it's clearly bending. It's clearly bending. Well, logically, if Imu has the first fruit, the other ones came after. So I don't think Imu has every power, but that Imu has such power, it seems that way. Okay, I mean, I can't dispute it. I can't dispute it. Neon says you should read and come back to. Next time, I will try to. I will do that, then come back because I know I kept pausing. I apologize. Next time. That's right. But what's worse is now you got people saying Domination is Machi, and these are its parts. Okay. Bender, just a mistake from Oda. Again, I know Oda has drawn 1,181 chapters, and he is a goated artist. Oda can draw a straight line, though. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're not going to tell me or convince me that Oda cannot draw a straight line. This man can draw Elbaf and Wano in perfect detail, but now he can't draw a straight line for a hammer. Negative. That was a bend. We all see the handle is still straight. It's not. Nope, Alex.
Don't argue. Don't argue with it.
Yep. Nope. We're gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna keep it going. Definitely a black blade for sure. It was definitely black. Alex says, I agree, just like, or not asking me. Sheila says, I agree, just like armament plus observation plus conquerors equals haki. Liberation. Okay. I'm here for it. Bonney Boy Sai says, people are saying Mihawk upscale with the pose and blade shape. I'm here for it. He needs something going into the end game. Does he, though? I mean, he should have everything he needs. Hopefully he shouldn't need more because he's supposed to be what Zoro's looking forward to. So if he's not enough already, that's kind of concerning if he's supposed to be Zoro's final boss.
Unless they're talking about that they think Mihawk somehow, some way made it confident with his blade.
Okay. Maybe. Let's see. People are. I already read that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Do I sound good?
You're low.
You're low. Mm-hmm.
There's an echo as well.
That's right. A slight echo.
Yep.
Yoro has a flared out hilt.
What about now?
Whoa,
Now
that's
you
even
for
worse.
sure, Eric. You have an echo on for it.
You sound like you're in a hallway.
You
Yep.
still have the echo effect.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a 4-foot Euro rep right next to me. Word?
Yeah, I'm trying to get that.
All right. You sub Slav. Oh, say that again, bro.
Try and get that off you.
Still like it sounds like you're speaking in an auditorium, like it's mad echoey.
What about now? Is it still echoey?
Hell no, you sound deep as hell. You sound like
Darth
emu.
Vader.
Instead of switched it up. How does it sound now?
You sound like
That's
emu.
crazy.
I should
Hold
have a
on.
ski mask on for this one, right?
Yes.
Yo, bro is wildin'. But you do have an echo, though. You still do have an echo.
I'm trying to get rid of the echo. I don't know how to get rid of the echo.
Okay. Let me see. Always showing love. Facts. Ramen Flutter got it this time. They are active sometimes. Go. Oh, okay. Where? Just check. Okay, I will look at the DM. Hold on, man. I missed a lot of comments. Mihawk and Zombie General from Thriller Park are the only other to perform the same attack Imu used on Loki. Okay. I did not know that. Bands. Wait till Luffy makes his sword and shield.
He's gonna
Okay.
make that, man.
Word. Imu has the devil fruit. He can you're up now. I'll let you cook. I'm not reading your comments. Why can't he have the Nika fruit if he has all abilities? I mean, he probably could.
I
imagine.
responded to that one.
Nika is the two god / dream fruits that aren't devils.
That's why he
Okay.
says you too.
Interesting. ABK in the building. What it is, brother? What up?
BK.
What's up, ABK?
Okay,
That's
make
still
sure. Make sure to like the video. Facts. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna make you real quick. You do have an echo still, Nika. Hold on 1 second. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video because, yeah, why have you not liked it already? You're missing out. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I know there was a couple of new of you guys here. Go ahead and drop a subscribe. It would be awesome if you did. I appreciate it, and I would love you forever until you unsubscribe. Then I'm gonna stop loving you. I'm gonna unsubscribe my love from you. Neon said the true power of the Nika fruit works best with someone who has an extremely active imagination, even who has no imagination, or he wouldn't need Vegapunk, etc., to make things. Okay.
I think it's more of freedom. I think the freedom is the counterpart to the imagination for Luffy. Like, since Luffy's so free mentally that there isn't like a limit to his imagination. That's why it goes hand in hand perfectly for him.
Is there echo now?
No.
Okay, so there's an echo button. Turn down the echo. Figure that out. All right, this is new. Okay, all right.
There we go. Okay. It sounds good though.
Appreciate
Okay.
you.
Let me see. Oh god, I got a lot of I'm sorry. I'm missing a lot of you. Woke Des is in the building, says, yo, what's going on, man? Good to see my guy in here. Wayne's in the building too. Says Shamrock Upscale. What's going on, Wayne? Fooly says he needs the link. Fooly, I will send. Wait, did he drop another 5 gifted? Oh, sure, I missed that.
Yep.
3D
that's
or
what I
your
do.
boys with another 5 gifted membership. I missed that. I'm so far behind. W's in the chat for him. Who is getting these? I'm not even on the YouTube. Shout out to whoever is getting the gifted memberships, man. W's, y'all already dropped W's in the chat for him for sure.
Make sure y'all use them. That means y'all gotta pull up now.
Yeah, now you
Y'all
got
got gang spending money. Y'all gotta pull up, man.
for sure. And again, if you are a member and you're in the Discord, make sure that you link your YouTube to your Discord channel because there are additional server channels in the Discord that you get as a member. And also, I'm gonna start posting member-only content here on YouTube. It is coming. The first video will come this week, so be on the lookout for that. It will be dropping. Yeah. But shout out to you boys. Again, sorry, I probably missed a lot of comments. We will get back to it. I'm gonna start right now from where I am caught up, and I will read your comments from here as I get to them. There was a lot of ones I missed. So if you drop something and you were spitting, I need you to copy it and put it again because I can't go back and see all of them. Okay, ladies and gents, what's up, man? Good to see. Oh, Fooly, hold on. I gotta send. Can anybody send Fooly the link? You did it, Strawberry? Or you got it? Okay,
I
cool.
will. I'll send it to him.
Okay, thank you. Before I get too caught up, because I almost forgot. Yeah, Fooly needs a link. Okay. What's up, gentlemen and ladies? Sorry. How are you guys doing? Happy Monday. What's the word?
It's a beautiful Monday.
It is a beautiful Monday.
Shamrock upscale. Any
I mean,
Monday,
I
I'll
sent
take
it to him on Discord. My bad for interrupting. I was just saying I sent Fooly the link in his Discord.
Okay, cool. Also, can we just real quick talk about Taz and how bro is commenting casually on our videos?
Shout out to Taz. Shout out to Sanji.
You got it, bro. Talk a little bit about Mr. Skylar, bro. Just casually pulling up on the Strawhat Podcast IG this week.
Yeah, I didn't expect nothing like that. So I'm glad we're we're turning heads in some type of way. I'm glad we're getting the attention. I think it's a dope thing that this tells me that Taz, I don't know if somebody sent it to him. I don't know if he was just like, let me hashtag Sanji on YouTube and let me just see what pops up. Whatever it is that he commented on and how he commented on it. I'm glad it happened, because we really pour our hearts into this, and I feel like he pours his heart into this character. So I feel like from one Piece fan to another in any type of way, I hope that energy is received.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's
Shout out to
tough.
Taz.
It's tough. Sorry for interrupting, but
No, go.
it's tough how Sanji, the actor who plays Sanji, he puts a heart emoji. That's Mr. Pyro Love. I just think that's tough, man. Pyro Love.
Hey,
right there.
man. He's out here spreading the power of love, man. Speaking of that, by the way, before we get into the chapter, live action Brogy came to the podcast this week.
Hell yeah.
And Zaza
Hell
sat
yeah.
down with the live action Brogy this week. What's going on, Fooly? The live action Brogy pulled up to the Strawhat Podcast this week. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, this is a good one. This is a good one. And I think you guys are going to find this very interesting. I wish I had a snippet to show you. Or I might actually. I might just have a snippet that I can show you before we get too deep into the podcast. But I want to just show y'all just the thumbnail because it will be coming here hopefully at the end of the week. Your boy has to sit down and edit. I ain't had the time to do it, but I do want to show you guys the thumbnail. I'm gonna pull it up here. I'm gonna let y'all talk, and then I'm a rock, and I'm actually gonna have the clip when y'all are done talking, actually. But either way, let's get into the chapter, man, and I'll do it before I go up. I'll talk about it. Go ahead, man. Bands, thoughts on the chapter and your ranking, man.
I'll probably give it this week. I'll give it like a solid I want to say 9.5 because I got some W's from this chat. I'll give you a 9 out of 10 though. I would like to say I want to say that I don't know if this is like a crazy prediction to say or anything like that along the lines, but I definitely think there has to be, unless Oda, proves me wrong. This could just be like, feeding the monster and kind of just proving like, hey, Imu's top one. There's no one competing. There has to be some sort of problem with absorbing Loki's attack. Like, I just don't think it's just like, hey, like, boom, we absorb it. Like, I don't think he's like Kakashi. He's just using Kamui's and just absorbing stuff. There's got to be something that negatively happens to his body from absorbing stuff. And so there's got to be some sort of maybe explanation because I honestly don't think he could just spam omens all day. So I think probably next chapter something big is going to happen. But Loki doing his big attack, man, I love it. I absolutely love it. Even though it got absorbed, just the simple fact that he was able to shoot him to the tree. And it's looking like, what me, Nika, everybody's been saying, like, Elbaf might be gone soon. Like, it really might look like God Valley, where it might just really start get torn apart. And maybe we're probably heading towards the direction of, and I didn't want to say it, but I asked Nika this, like, are we like, is this going to be another Oda thing where it's like we don't get to the Helfin realm and learn more because it gets destroyed? Like, is that the question we got to start thinking about?
That's a good question. I want to before because I do want to get everyone's thoughts on that because that's mad interesting. Before you answer, I have a question for you. Do you think that this Imu absorbing thing could essentially end up working like a reject dial?
I never thought of that. I mean, well, elaborate a little bit more on that because I think we
Like,
might have two different definitions.
so I think like, okay, obviously they're able to fully absorb it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm saying like literally like not excuse me, the impact dial, because that's the one that Usopp used on Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
The impact dial, excuse me, not reject. Impact dial, absorb it, and literally be able to pump that same attack out later because I have it stored in my hand or
Yeah.
or whatever. We've seen that type of thing before. Do you think it's possible that Imu could be rocking with something like that?
See, the only thing is, so that's why I brought up the question of the absorption stuff because I personally think there has to be something negative with it. So like I don't know if he's absorbing it and maybe it's going to like the abyss. That's where the attack is like being finished throughout, or if he's absorbing it to himself because like we get the statement that energy is everywhere, and maybe these uses of haki is like a form of energy and he's just absorbing the energy. And then like whatever he's doing it, he's dispersing it somehow, some way. Maybe it's through his body, maybe it's through pain or whatever. But I see him absorbing being more of like a, how can I explain it? More of like it's either it's going to him inside of him internally, or two, it's going to whatever you want to claim it as, like, obviously it's the devil's fruit or whatever you want to claim the fruit to be, but it has to be going to some sort of entity, some sort of soul. Maybe it's going into his soul. Maybe that's how he's able to absorb with the omens. But I ultimately, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't think he can redirect it, like shoot it back out. I think it really does hurt him, but we're not gonna see that until a little bit later. I really think it's gonna be a negative thing that he's absorbing all this stuff.
Okay. Fair enough. Now what was your question? I was gonna ask everybody.
I was gonna say, with how we're looking at everything right now, do you think Oda is going to do a thing where like maybe there's a really big piece of information in the Heaven Realm, and before we get it, something bad happens, and obviously this destruction is happening? Do you think the Heaven Realm gets destroyed before we even get to see it?
I'll go first. I want to say no. I don't think that's gonna happen. It would be in Oda fashion if he gave us what's in the Heaven Realm in an SBS. And I don't want that. That would be classic Oda, but I'm going to go on a limb and say Oda is not doing that much these days because I think he understands we don't want that as a fandom. But then again, if that did happen and he had to do that because like it just got too crazy, I wouldn't be as mad as I was about the SBS for Zoro's backstory.
Yeah.
Or the SBS for Rocky Port. Those are different. So if he goes that route, cool. That's it. Also, can you answer Trip Bands? He's asking what got absorbed this chapter.
What did Imu absorb?
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to know that too. I was gonna wait for my turn. I had a different take on what happened rather than saying it got absorbed.
So for me, the only reason this is only based off of my interpretation, right? When I see him do these attacks and he's doing these omens and everything to that, to me it looks like he's absorbing more than just like bracing and taking. If that makes any sense.
Fair enough.
Are you talking specifically like when he the Thorheim that he took from Loki and Dragonborn?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'd say absorb because he could have cocooned himself, encased himself within Omen, and then that could have sheltered him from the hit, or he could have deflected it with Omen. But I'm not too sure what the actual aftermath of his attack looks like, so I wanted to wait till next chapter to really see it and then probably be able to say. But I don't know if I go with absorb just yet. But I understand if you think it got absorbed and that's what you choose to say. I'm not mad at that because there's nothing to say that you're wrong and there's nothing to say that I'm right. You know what I'm saying? We're still in that limbo space.
That I also think this might be just full headcanon like conspiracy. The other reason why I think it's also a form of like absorption, I think that's another way that Oda could sneakily say like Yeah, this is how Emo got of Ragnar's ice. He just absorbed the ice. He didn't melt it because the key word was only Ragnar can melt the ice. So if he could absorb it, that's not melting it. He's just kind of taking it and putting it somewhere.
Okay.
I was about to say, I gotta wait again. I can't really say nothing.
No, I know.
We don't know if the ice really got melted or not. So, you know what I mean? And I do think there's something different with the black flames.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time them being used in the way that they're being used now, it would make sense if it was like it did do the job. Some people speculate Gunko probably got killed. You know what I mean? Because Emu's like, okay, I'm done with you because you're not working well for me. But I don't know because I gotta wait to see exactly what happened to that ice. But I'm not mad at that neither.
Valid. Well, what do y'all got? Do y'all think? Do y'all think we're gonna get the Heaven Realm, or are we gonna get it in SBS?
Well, before everybody answers, because I know Nika's gonna want to answer one. If you say yes, do you think that Oda can handle, like, let's say your theory, about them kidnapping Nami? Do you think they can still, like, do they still would want to read the Heaven Realm if Nami gets kidnapped? Like, or do you think they just want to immediately rush?
I don't even know because of the timing of how Oda chooses to do it. Nami doesn't have to get kidnapped here. But it would make sense if she does. But it does not have to be here that she gets kidnapped.
Okay.
Makes sense. What do y'all think about the Heaven Realm?
I feel like we're gonna go to the Heaven Realm before anything. I don't before Elbaf gets destroyed. They've been hinting at it a little bit too much. I do think Oda can handle this, so I'll give it to him.
Okay. Did you think, Strawberry?
Oh, I'm just over here shrugging my shoulders. I don't know. I think I would be okay with it going either way. Because if we lose it, I think we've seen that we don't really lose information with Oda. It's just, it's somewhere else now that we have to figure out where it is. If we lose if we lose it, we know that information is somewhere else in my head. Just based.
Would it bother you if we don't get the Heaven Realm in Elbaf?
No.
Or would you be like, oh, would okay, all right.
No, I wouldn't be bothered by it.
Okay.
It sounds like a really, I feel like that would keep the story going. Because again, if we can't get the information here, we know the information is somewhere else. At least based off of what I understand about Oda's writing. Because we thought we lost everything from Ohara. Turns out the Giants took it. And now the library is on fire. Find out all the books are gone. So it's written down somewhere. We just don't know where it is.
I would agree with you if Rocky Port was animated. But Rocky Port was literally explained in its entirety in an SBS. Yep. So it's like, I don't think that I can fully believe that we're going to go back to it just because it's important. I like that. But Oda is not one to just guarantee give us that. Because that's crucial to 3 of the main characters at the end of the series. Development, became warlords off of this. Kobe's got a title off. They all work together, but we didn't see any of it. But it's a crucial part of post time skip, So I just have to disagree. That's all I'm trying to say.
It's not an SBS, but the 10 Q&A, 10 questions, but same thing. But just wanted to specify.
Thank you. There you go.
Wait, Fooly, before you say anything, Fooly, would you, regardless if you say yes or no, would you be upset if we just get the explanation from Biblo about the Heaven Realm?
I'll be upset. I'll be pissed. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be pissed. I'll be big pissed. Because it's just like, I do want the Heaven Realm, but like how Strawberry said, I know if we don't get the Heaven Realm here, it's going to be like everything that I want from the Heaven Realm. Oda definitely could pull it somewhere else, like the Enel, the Urush thing that I want and whatnot. These are all things that he can pull somewhere else, and it would make sense to pull them together and whatnot. But the poet to the. It's just poetic to do the whole heaven realm. Now we all see the setup right there. You know, the tree goes all the way up into. It's just like that would be like a. I don't know. I'd be upset.
I mean, look, man, just don't get your hopes too high. Because one thing I've learned in life is if you set your expectations low, you can't actually be let down. So I'm actually believing we don't see it. So if we do, I'm just gonna be so happy. But if we don't, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I actually expected that. So that's my answer, and we can move on. What's going on, Liability, over on Twitch? The gang, long-time viewer. You are the man, Liability. Good to see you. Let me read a couple of these comments really quick. Hold on. I see we answered Trips question. Neon says Gecko Moria's bats were tangible too, like Emu's little omen creatures.
They were. Yeah.
Valid.
Good eye. They were. That's a fact.
Your boy says Joy Boy, Emu, Davy Jones, Luffy A. Sabo, 3 brothers, and 3 different dreams. I like where you're going. But the brother thing, I'm not sold. It could be like 2 brothers and a sister. But actually, no, that'd be weird though, because she's in a wedding dress. Actually, I don't know. Actually, now that we're starting to get in the weeds there, I don't actually fully agree. Because I think one of them is trying to marry somebody else. So maybe they're not really related on that type of timing, you know. But that's just me. Omens are from the souls of the fallen and draws on the abyss, which powers the covenants. Okay, I'm cool with it. Let's see, Trip. There's nothing to absorb with Zoro, and Zoro was his first omen.
I think he forgot the whole part where Nika asked me, am I specifically asking about the whole Loki and Emu?
Yeah, I was about to say, contextually, those are 2 different moments, because what he did with with Loki blasting Thorheim, Bands is basically saying, where did the attack go?
Mm-hmm. That's why.
That's where did the attack go. That's why I said I'm not mad at it. I just haven't seen the damage done to the tree, or like what does it look like? Is there a further crater done there? If not, and it's like everything's just fine, then I would say that the attack could have probably been absorbed or dispersed. Yeah. Like he met it before it made contact. But otherwise than that, it seemed like he could also have cocooned his body within Omen. That's another headcanon, yes. Excuse me, but yes, you know, I just think the whole Omen thing is a little
shaky.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's what we gotta wait for next chapter to really see what's coming about, stuff like that. But yeah,
fair enough. Okay. All right.
Oh, Ree.
Yes.
Don't forget to remind me. I wanted to ask you a question after we're done with all of this.
Okay. The answer is yes, it's a Nami upscale. If that doesn't matter what the question is, the answer is yes, it's a Nami upscale.
No, it's a live action question.
Okay, but the answer's still going to be yes.
I'm about to say it might still be a Nami upscale.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think that changes the
matter what the question is.
It's not. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy. It's not. It's not.
Okay, I'm just telling you in advance. Just expect.
I think it's more of an Oda upscale than anything.
Okay, I'm gonna find a Nami upscale. All right, Strawberry. What are your thoughts about the chapter, my friend?
I would say, for me, I think it's a 10 out of 10 chapter. Now, I did have to read 1180 and 1181 together since I wasn't with you guys last week. And reading them both together, I was just like, you know what? I like this. Emu still, I don't know how I feel about Emu. I don't like evil things, but Emu's looks just kind of, they throw me off a little bit.
Okay.
I don't like what he did to my man Zoro though.
Can I ask you a question? What if we find out that Emu was actually the good guy and Emu's just misunderstood? Would you allow that?
How often have I
No,
said this?
I agree with you. I'm just
Okay.
posing the question now. This is not a first time question, by the way.
Okay,
Nika has,
just saying. Just saying.
I just
Gurren
curious to know.
Lagann, all types of shows.
I'm just curious to know if it comes out, Strawberry, that Emu is just misunderstood. Then what do you say then?
What do I say then? To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me, because usually the most evil people did not start out extremely evil. Usually they were hurt by something and they let that hurt fester into anger. Or
He said
first it
that-
might have been sadness and then it festers into anger, because like my best friend always says, anger is a second emotion, or it's a second a what? Oh, it's a
That's your
secondary
best friend,
emotion.
man. You gotta know these quotes from your best friend.
Yeah,
man.
you gotta
That's
know
not
these
good.
all
Yeah, you gotta be on
Yeah,
point.
ready.
You saying them live.
Listen.
You gotta be ready.
How many
Listen.
quotes your best friend got? I mean, dang.
So she has so many quotes, you know. I'm gonna use
Okay.
another one that I use all the time, especially with my family. It was a destiny swap, if that's the case.
Ooh.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
Emu probably
that's
tried to destiny swap with
You're-
someone.
You're on point. You're on point. I mean, he tells us in the chapter, like he like listen to what he's saying. Everyone like it's corruption, then covenant, then power. So he had to start off good if he got corrupted. That's literally how it works. And Ree, you were asking, I thought you were the devil. Who are you making the deal with? He ate a devil fruit. The devil fruit. That is the deal. He's eating the devil fruit. That's how that works. So I just think he's kind of telling us this. This is kind of there.
Yeah,
Because
So
it
there's
seems like he
someone else.
wanted
That's where
to
he's going.
he wanted to dominate because, whoever was ruling before Emu probably saw all these wars keep going and not ending. I just want to end all war, and people only listen when you dominate them, when you subjugate them. And it's like, all right, bet I'm on that time, and that's what he was on.
yeah, yeah. And see, the
Wait,
corruption didn't have to come from the devil fruit. Him eating the devil fruit could have been the covenant. And now we're in power.
The corruption is seeking it out.
Yeah.
You go seeking power, and then when you find it, you make a covenant to gain it. He's literally wealth, fame, power. Literally wealth, fame, and power. If you chase wealth, fame, and power, you run the risk of being corrupted, making covenants, and gaining power. They literally call it the Illuminati. Like that's literally what they say. And then on top of all these other things, they talk about rat deals like this. You feel me? You get corrupted.
Right.
The labels say you got to do this. You got to wear a wig. You got to. Then you like, all right, bet I'm gonna do that. Get that bag. You know what I mean? Drop that album. Let's go. It gets weird. It's Oda's spitting, man.
So we're getting a callback to Roger's speech.
Yeah, it's the complete opposite to Roger's speech. It's the bad side of Roger's speech. That's why I love this whole Omen Machi thing. I love it because it's actually the other side of it, bro. It's the other side of it.
Okay.
It's the truth. It's the other side of it, bro. It's the dark side. You got Jedi and you got Sith, and this is all the Force. This is the Force right now. And Oda's a big Star Wars fan. So how you like them apples? It's going crazy, man.
No, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
I've been preaching this. Evil's just probably a bad, either protecting from something worse, or he's bad and just got corrupted to where he's become the ultimate evil. But he ain't eat Blackbeard yet. You know what I'm saying?
Would we feel bad if Imu was actually cheated on by Joy Boy and he cheated on her with Lily, and she was left at the altar? Would that make Imu acceptable for this reasoning of him?
Not for me. Not for me. I gotta know more. I need more context, because if you were doing this whole dominate thing and people were telling you, like, Lily was like, yo, this ain't the way, like, this ain't the way. I don't think you should do that, babe. And he like, nah, domination. They'll only listen if we dominate. And he go forward with that, and she like, yo, I want to be with the joyful free guy. You know what I mean? I want to be with Twin. And you feel me? I could completely understand her. I won't say right or wrong. I'll say that I personally just understand it, because you were warned, like, yo, don't go down this path. You go down this path, you're gonna lose certain people, and you lost certain people. That's how that worked.
I think it has to do with a kid.
Talk about it. I've actually never heard anyone say that. I need to hear more.
The reason why I think it is because I believe there's a lot of parallels that happen, like not just like pure coincidence. And I think that when I like look at the story of One Piece from beginning to now, the one interesting thing about Luffy and his childhood was the simple fact that he was getting there was a big tug of war over him being a pirate or a marine. So I'm thinking in my head, maybe there was a probability that Imu and Nefertari probably had a kid or probably wanted something like this, and one side leaned more towards Joy Boy and one side leaned more towards Imu. Like, no, come join me, come be evil with me. And Joy Boy was like, no, come be free with me, come be good with me. And then that's probably what split them apart. That's what I think.
So you just asking a hypothetical.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking that this could have been like the beginning of the split of the D faction?
Yeah, I think because how my head works, I'm horrible at explaining things. I think that when you grab this, I don't want to say love triangle, but let's just say we grab these characters, right? Let's say it's a square, right? Because I still think Davy's a part of this. If you're grabbing a Nefertari, if you're grabbing Joy Boy, you're grabbing Imu, and you're grabbing those four, something had to happen along the lines when it comes to them four specifically, because I think that it was more kind of like a hierarchy, and those four probably had more control over the lower factions, which is the families to come, like the 20 kingdoms. So because I think they were a little bit more of a bigger part of creating those kingdoms. So probably what happened was Joy Boy and Nefertari probably split away, and most likely had all these following nations that really messed with them, just like how we're having it now. And then there was probably some nations and some kingdoms that followed a little bit more of Imu. And so Davy was probably one of those people that Imu probably sided with because he separated from Joy Boy and then probably backdoored Davy, probably killed Davy and was now it's alone. Now he's just absorbing on some Blackbeard stuff. Let me usurp all these kingdoms, and then let me now go get rid of Joy Boy. Let me now go get rid of Nefertari. Let me get rid of everybody on the playing field so I could take control of all 20. You know what I mean? So it's that's how I think about it. It was probably 5 kingdoms here, 5 kingdoms here, 5 kingdoms here, 5 kingdoms here, which equals 20. So it was probably split 5, 5, 5 like that, and probably that's just what happened with Imu.
Okay. I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay. Za, what's your thoughts on the chapter, my friend, and your ranking?
I'll give this chapter a 9.5 just right off the bat. Loving what Emu's done. I'm loving how he's taking care, the sword when he stabs Loki. That shit I was okay, but a lot of this just seems like jealous ex. Yo, the way he talks about Joy Boy, he even did the face when he said, "Isn't that right, Joy Boy?" I'm like, yo, are you a bitter ex? What the fuck is going on right here, right now? And he kind of seems like he probably went up to Joy Boy and he was telling Joy Boy about this, and Joy Boy's laughing in his face. And I'm like, is this the reason why you were upset at Joy Boy? Because he laughed in your face? If this is the reason why, Imu, you're nerd, bro. You look like the nerd, and Joy Boy was just the cool pirate that got the girl from you. This is what this is looking like right now. And listen, all for it. Listen, if Joy Boy did that to you, you probably deserved it, because now you talking about covenant and oath. Joy was he's kind of a loser, bro. It is what it is. But shout out to Imu. He's still doing this shit though, and love that Luffy is eating and still recognizing yo, I got to eat all this food to take this on. And I feel like he's gonna get even more mad because Luffy's gonna ignore him the same way Joy Boy ignored him, and it's gonna cause even more problems. God damn it, Imu, get your feelings in fact. Get your feelings in check, bro. Get your feelings in check, bro. Get that shit in check.
I do think that us getting the specifics of God Valley are going to be really important to this flashback that we get with Imu. I can't believe that you would have a situation like that comes right after we learn about Domi Reversi, and it doesn't play any way into the Void Century flashback with Joy Boy and Imu. There was definitely Domi Reversi that happened there, and there's definitely some simping happened. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call it now. We're gonna get some simping in Domi. A lot of it. A lot of Domi, a lot of simping, a lot of love, a lot of betrayal. It's coming. Honestly, it's coming, man. So I'm giving you 5 years notice, Doc, because we won't get that for another 5 years. So just prepare yourself for the next 5 years, and yeah, be ready, man. Fooly, the Oni. What are your thoughts, my dearest friend on the chat?
I thought, okay, I'm gonna give this chapter overall a 9.5. The chapter really made me think of a lot of things. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I loved everything that we got so far from like Emu's like use of his staff. It really makes me see like, oh, I'm really hoping to see like a real Nami upscale and whatnot with that and everything like that. Because I'm like the staff working and everything like that. I really want to see how we see that play into Nami and whatnot. Because like she look Usopp is still up. Yeah, Usopp's not knocked out. So yeah, Usopp's is, you know what I mean? I want to see how this upgrades the crew, and I really want to see how this upgrades Nami. That's the one thing. I just been looking at this and being like, this is just crazy because I'm seeing like Big Mom parallels with Emu a little bit with like some of like the depictions of like home, like I want to say homies, but like the orbs and everything like that. That's very interesting. But the main thing that I'm not gonna lie, this chapter has really got me on, and I'm not, because like what Bam was talking about earlier and what Strawberry was talking about, you guys have really been making me think. And like the thing that like kind of wrote down was that like I've had this theory for a minute now, and it's just like I wrote this on, what is it, the third of the first of the year, right? And the thing that I pretty much got onto and I added more today was that Emu, Nika are old friends. That's something that I've been on since like the beginning of the month. Like the first of like the year. So my whole thing to elaborate more on that, right? I like going off this chapter, it really did give like frenemies or something like that. But I've always been on a kick that like Emu whole thing is control. I really think Emu's whole thing is control. And when we add these levels to like what bands added to like it, you know, let's not say it's a throuple, let's not say it's like a relationship or whatever, but like a romantic relationship, but like a relationship. I kind of been looking at it in the sense of like seeing like these people are connected in the sense of like maybe they were friends, maybe they were associates, maybe they were a crew in some type of way or whatnot. Thinking back to like when we had Vivi as a little kid and whatnot, right? And how she was a princess and had, you know, the children of like, you know, the loyal royalty, not royal royalty, but like the commoners and whatnot. It's giving that maybe Joy Boy, Joy Boy, Davy Jones, and yeah. So Emu, Nika, Joy Boy, Davy Jones had like a different path in the sense of like where they were going on, because they have different views of like how Nika was saying earlier about how, oh, I can understand how she could want to go with someone who's a little bit more free willing and more joy and more like, you know, out there and whatnot. I think that there were 3 paths Lily had to choose from with her friends and whatnot. And I think that Nihawker, because the way he smiled at Nihawker, was Lily's pet and or her like chopper in a sense or something like that, or her like her duck. You know, like Vivi's duck and whatnot. I think that maybe he was that. That's why he smiled, because it's just like, oh, the pieces are kind of all aligning again and whatnot. I think Lily had a choice between the 3 of like Emu, Joy Boy, Davy Jones, and it was just like she had to. And I think Emu's whole thing was control. I think that's the reason why we got the first operation, the first like, you know, Apu like operation of the fruit, because he wanted to keep Lily alive. He wanted to keep Lily around. I think that like instead of it working on Lily, it had to be used on him to keep him around, or the entity that is Mu. I think that we're going to see a lot more levels of like the relationship coalescing and whatnot, and seeing how they all are connected. Because I think that to sum up my thing, I think that we're seeing a big game being played out between friends in a weird, odd ass way of like it was a challenge between two people. Let's say Joy Boy and Emu. This is a challenge between these two. And like the way Joy Boy has been playing it out, he's been passing down his turn down with his hat. He's been tagging new players in and keeping the dream going, while Emu has been, what he's been playing is being a constant player, adding to his numbers. I think that we are seeing a board playing out, but playing different ways. That's my theory, and that's why I'm like, I give this a 9.5. I'm loving how things are like connecting to me. Sorry for that little dragged out explanation.
No, you good. That wasn't.
It wasn't dragged out. Yeah, it was not
Well,
dragged out.
I wanted to ask you a question. So, would it be far fetched for your thinking, right? Would it be far fetched for you to say, when Roger went to Laugh-Tale and he read the story of Joy Boy, would it be far fetched to say that they all met on an adventure?
When you say they all met on an adventure, like Joy Boy and rest, yeah, I can definitely see them all meet on an adventure. Yeah, I can definitely see that because I think we're going to see like the beginnings of sailing really and how like sailing was out there and why Joy Boy was called the first pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think when Joy Boy became the first pirate on that journey, when he, let's say, went to a nation and, went to Nerona Kingdom and was like, hey, you're Emo, nice to meet you, I'm Joy Boy, they became cool. Do you think along the lines when it like he's maybe at the final end of his journey, his adventure, that's when he split apart with them? Because that's the one thing that's like tricking my mind, right? Because when people say they were friends, when did it happen? Like I don't think it was like, okay, we split apart and then boom, 20 Kingdoms came and helped and killed him. Like it had to be some sort of like dragged out animosity that just like Emu seems like the planning type.
When it comes to drag out, like what was the pivotal moment that would make him like be like, nah, we're frenemies now, we're enemies and whatnot. I don't know what that pinpoint really is. It really is how we see Lee depicted, how she carries herself. Because I'm not gonna say, I would not want to say it's all on the woman or whatnot and this and whatnot, but like she is the factor of like we see how Joy Boy kind of portrayed and acts a little bit, not truly. We see how Emu is and how he's being portrayed and how he's acting. We need to see the third factor here and the fourth factor of like Davy Jones and Lily, if they are still connected, but mostly Lily. We need to see how her character portrays into like adding to this like chemistry, like what was the reaction point? Because it really could have been, it all was fun and games, and Emu had to, I don't know his family and whatnot. His family could be like, oh, you're interacting with these commoners a little bit too much. It's time for you to step up to the throne. It could have been that kind of moment, whatnot. That's why I'm like, I'm with you where I need to know what was the chemical reaction point that really caused this like reaction that we're facing now.
Okay.
What's up?
Yo, I'm getting to the point now. You know how Roger and them looked at like the treasure, the One Piece, and they like laughed. Is it like Joy Boy like making fun of Emu or something like that, or a love letter that he gave to them? Cause like I'm just saying, like they are just laughing at this man Emu. I feel like Emu's really just a hurt motherfucker right now, and that's why he doesn't want anyone finding the One Piece. Cause it's like they're just making him look like a fool. Maybe it's a love letter. I'm just like bro. Everyone's just laughing at you, dog. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, Zog, how could you not know? I mean, humans were created. Lucifer was mad about that because God put us above him. And now look at what he's doing. Running rampant on the earth, trying to get us to follow him instead of following the true creator. Because guess what? If we find the One Piece, which is, for me, scripture, which tells us who we actually are, if we actually know who we are, oh yeah, I'm about to laugh in Lucifer's face too. Because what you mean? I'm just saying, I know who I am now. Yeah, let me step on your neck one good time. Yes, I'm laughing because you are so angry at the fact that the creator put a creation above you and you are another creation of his. He just didn't like that. Lucifer was the most beautiful angel. He had the most gifts, music, looks, everything. That was all taken from him because he chose to be jealous. He chose to be hateful.
hater.
He chose to be a hater. He chose to be salty, like
Mhm.
Lot's wife. So, I'm just saying, what do you expect from a person that just hates you just because you exist?
I feel like this is on God too, because like you made him, so that means you have jealousy in yourself too. So
know
like,
what?
I'm just saying,
I won't say jealousy. I won't say jealousy because it's not. Who is he jealous of? It was only himself. Or if you want to, take the Holy Trinity into consideration, he's always been just us. And so who's there to be jealous of right now? But I don't think it's a jealousy issue. It's at least not with God. God doesn't create anything evil. Evil comes from, itself.
Wait, hold on. I could be mistaken, but if I'm not mistaken, there is a quote somewhere in the Bible that says God is both good and evil.
Yes.
That's
No.
why he
Some
puts. That's why he
jealousy,
puts. That's why he puts these tests in front of you. It's up to you to. He lets you choose. He lets you choose.
That's
So when I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Don't. I ain't the most biblical one. You feel me?
No, it's
might-
okay.
you
I
might
can
be
look it up for
spitting.
you right now.
You might be spitting. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm not all the way knowing every scripture either, but if that's facts, I need to read the context of that because that I've never heard that. And that's actually I actually feel like if I'm gonna man, okay. Ooh, I'm finding out a lot of stuff today, man. Good night.
Well, yeah, and I won't say that evil is a part of God, but does he know both good and evil? Of course. And that's why he didn't want Adam and Eve to eat of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Because then now you know good and evil now. As far as the angels before humans, I'm not too sure, but I'm looking up that scripture right now for you.
Okay. Well, while y'all do that,
sounds like a lot of propaganda. Not gonna lie.
hey, while y'all do that, Fooly, you just gave your thought, so that's good. Nika, I'm about to have you go. I do gotta read some comments, but before we do that, I want to pull up just the thumbnail that finally got finished for this banger of an interview that will be coming out this week, guys. Brendan Murray, like I already said, stopped by the podcast, and we had a time. So make sure you guys go and check out this week Brendan Murray, who came by. This is the live action Brogy, and he imparts a lot of stuff. This is actually this is the longest live action interview actor that we have sat with. He gave us an hour and a half, and it could have went longer. Mind you, this is also the first one that I've talked to that is a weekly manga reader. That actually was mad interesting to me. So a lot of people that I've seen from the past have not either heard of One Piece before, or they have heard it, but they never picked it up. Brendan Murray is a actual weekly reading fan who got started in One Piece during the Marineford arc. So he's been in this thing for a minute. This isn't just someone who went and acted. And you can tell through the stuff that he talks about in the interview, and even the stuff that he brings into his acting as well. So a lot of good nuggets, a lot of good stuff. You guys check it out. Hopefully I can sit down and fully edit this long video, and I will roll it out at the end of this week. So just giving y'all a heads up. Be on the lookout for that. Okay, Nika, man, I want your thoughts, and I'm gonna read these comments, and then we'll get straight to it, my friend.
Yes, sir.
So, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I thought you wanted to read the comments first. My fault.
No.
Oh, can you go to your DMs and IG and pull up that picture for everyone to see for me? It's the last one I sent you.
Oh yeah. By the way, it doesn't say it in the Bible that he is both good and evil. He creates evil. Yeah, he creates evil.
Well,
using
you
that
have
book
to.
is not the most proofwritten because it is man-made and there is corrections all the time. So, sorry,
my God.
We're not gonna get into this
No, I don't
argument.
want
We're not
to
gonna
dive
get
into
this
it. That's why,
argument.
look, I already said
We're not
I
getting
was
into this
wrong.
argument.
You just move on.
No.
I wasn't even trying to dive that deep. If I would have never said it, if I knew y'all were even going to try to source it right here, right now. I didn't try
Well,
to drop it as a gem. You know what I mean?
You're
So
good.
let's
well,
just
Rin,
move on.
but you
good,
but you
bro.
were spitting about that though. I mean, but you do have to understand the context in modern Bibles. Yes, they use the word evil. In Hebrew, it's more so calamity, disaster, or judgment. So,
Fair.
he uses that to pass judgment. Or he could send calamity to you. Most of the time, it is Satan himself that is doing stuff to you, but Satan does have to ask permission. So, okay, we can move on.
Okay, before you give your thoughts, Nika,
Yeah.
if you guys are in here, because there's a good amount of you guys, a lot of y'all. If y'all don't mind, can you make sure that you hit the like button before I forget? Your likes help push the video out to more people. And thank you guys for watching. I will read your comments after Nika gives his thoughts because I know I'm backed up. I see a lot of conversation. And yeah. But either way, Nika, what's your thoughts? What's your rating? You want me to share it now?
Yeah. I want you.
Okay. All right.
You got to
Hold
look
on,
at that. That's
All right.
from the title of the title and the action that we see. Now, let's examine what we have here. Can everybody see their screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So chapter 561, and then we go to chapter 1181. Luffy versus Mihawk. God versus God and Devil, but this is Loki versus Imu here. And look at the swordplay of Imu and Mihawk. Please examine it, because this is not the first time we've seen something from Mihawk that reminds us of Imu. And now with this bit of this was like the last little bit of like, you feel me? This was the last thing Oda could have did to just affirm and confirm everything we've been thinking for the last few years. What is going on? You're not going to tell me that everything is just a coincidence now. You can't. You can't. I don't know what all I'm really trying to draw from this, but it's too much to let it just be passed off as nothing. So like, you got to really look at that. Like, it's the same swordplay. It's legit the same swordplay, and damn near a sword that looks like the other sword. And this one is called this sword is called Nemesis. It means divine heavenly punishment blade or something like that. Divine punishment blade. And then this one is Yoru, known as Night. And Nemesis, if I'm not mistaken, Night is supposed to be like in Greek mythology, it's supposed to be like the Night is supposed to be like it's something to Nemesis. This is a whole thing to it. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And this feeds into the picture I showed you earlier today, Reed, when it showed Nami and the dog had like the Mihawk mustache and had like the Mihawk hat, and they were both looking to go somewhere. And the route that they were traveling down, it said 666. It's the devil. So it's like, okay, what is now the connections between Nami, Mihawk, Imu? There's something there. Like there has to be something. So I just wanted to make sure I point that out here. But the chapter was great. I give it a 10 out of 10, me personally. It was a better action sequence chapter than what we saw with the whole thing with Roger, Zebek, and Garp. Because there wasn't enough verbiage in that. And I get it. Rox is pretty much on demon time. He don't got time to be all verbal. He can't. I love the conversation here. Everything that he was saying, it lined up perfectly with, if you've seen the last episode that just dropped, where Zoro is literally saying all the stuff that the supposed sun god is speaking in the episode. He's like, God, this sounds more like the devil. And then you get Loki right here in this chapter, like, God, this sounds more like a pact with the devil. And once again, what's the difference? As Imu was saying. So I think that draws a lot of reverence, So, and then going into the whole thing with what Imu is doing, I'm not seeing full stuff done with the actual effect of like Conquerors. I see the no touch thing happening, but it doesn't seem to be the same effect as like pure haki or like just haki in general. So what Imu's doing, I think what Imu's doing is applying steps that you learn within haki, and you're just using Machi instead of using haki in that way, if that makes any sense. So that's why the Machi's being used. He's getting the same no-touch effect, all this, all that. But we didn't see no sky splits or anything. And not saying that they deserve to be a sky split, but it could be one. It's Imu and Loki. I wouldn't be mad at that. Loki does have, he's on Elbaf, his hometown. He's putting on, you know what I mean? But all in all, I just want to say, like, This chapter was a lot more detailed for me, especially for the combat that we saw. For what was at God Valley, I liked it a lot. But like I said, they were talking in the fight. There was a lot going on. Like Imu, disrespectful as hell. Like this dude, the father died, and Imu's like, "Yo, your father died, but I'm the one who's hurt, not you. I lost something. You didn't lose
That's
anything.
fact.
I lost something." Like
That's fact.
to me, that's kind of crazy. Like I think that's bonkers.
Yeah.
And Loki got to put belt to ass, and he's been doing a cool job. I don't think. Listen, him smiling, catching the Doflamingo parallel when Dofi got hit into that crater and Dressrosa, and then Dofi was like, he looked up at Luffy smiling after he woke up for a quick second. We getting the same thing here with Imu. I mean, yeah, with Imu. Like, I just think it's a lot. I think it's good stuff. Good stuff. 10 out of 10 chapter though.
Do y'all think that there was ice on Ragnar for either of these attacks?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
so
of the
y'all
face, it looked like it had a coating of ice over it.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought I was going crazy. Alex says there's no ice.
I
that.
missed that at first. Shout outs to Rom. He pointed it out to me on Discord earlier today. I'm glad he did that right before I got on here. So I was like, okay, because I missed the whole. I saw the face, but I missed the whole like glazed part looking over it. Like it looked like there was some shining tint or something like drawn over it.
Okay. What's your thoughts about the people? Mr. Music Major, what's going on, Mr. Music Major?
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Good to
Good.
see you in here, man. He said Loki keeping up with Emu as well. Facts.
Yeah, it is wild. He doing that thing though.
I
He
said
like,
this
yo, let's
last
go.
week.
Let's go.
Facts.
Granted, as much as I slander Kaido, I still think what Emu is doing with Loki, I don't think Kaido couldn't pull this off. Me personally. I don't think
That's
anything
broad.
that Kaido has done. I don't think that anything Loki has done, Kaido couldn't do. I don't think it's impossible.
Kaido upscale. Nice job, Nika.
Nah, it's not even an upscale. It's just it's on par. The Gorosei were always scared of Kaido. That's why they sent CP9 and CP0 and all that in the first place. They were scared of Kaido. They were scared of Shanks. The Gorosei always had these guys as wild dogs. So it's adding up. Like to me, it's adding up. I do think if Loki goes into hybrid, he's gonna start outscaling Kaido. But I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna get too much on that train. But what's up, Mr. Music Major?
I was gonna ask. So I'm hearing people. Is this? You guys tell me because I only read the chapters once a week. Is the fandom broadly split on this Omen Machi thing? Because apparently this is not a thing. Apparently this is a thing. What is up with that? Can you give me like a quick synopsis on why people are just convinced this is not really Machi, another power system?
Because Machi wasn't translated into the official chapter as far as the Viz or the TCB. It's something that Oda, when he put Omen in Japanese, he also wrote Machi in Japanese, but they're only making the connotation towards Omen. Because right now I feel like he's just explaining Omen as the actual ability, and because of what Omen stands for, you don't have to say Machi. If you understand what an Omen is and how it can be used, then conceptually, then it fits the same description as Machi. Machi only is a key because it is such a close word to haki. And like you can't, once you put it there, I feel like he didn't want to use Machi because he didn't want people out here saying Conquers Machi and all types of stuff like that. Because now we're just getting silly with Conquers Machi and Conquers Haki. So he's just saying Omen. So that's their whole thing. That's why he said Omen is moves military might. If you notice, some of the moves that he's even using are very like it, are very like what you see from the Navy in terms with like haki. Because like I've told you before, haki, the 6 powers are training wheels to mastering haki. So when he does life return, and then you're able to make your body bigger, or like expand your size some. What he's doing with Omen is moves military might. He's using it like if he was to do life return, but on a whole nother level. You get what I'm saying? Like highly more amplified. So it's the same thing. You're just using the same way that haki is applied. That's how Omen is applied. Everybody's going back. I am going back as well because I got to make sure that I acknowledge it. The Shamrock upscale. We saw Shamrock pull up manipulating the Omen when he pulled out Cerberus. He had black flames all on the floor. He literally had Omen infusion or Machi infusion when he had Cerberus pull the black swords out of his mouth and they're all lit aflame with black flames. So Shamrock been on this. And if you want to talk about Holy Trinity, Shamrock's name has a lot to do with the Trinity. So just go look up what Shamrock means, and you know what I mean. Just letting you know. That's why for me, this whole chapter was like, dang, we took Shamrock out and got Imu. Imagine what that like. That just to me, that's just crazy. Like we took Shamrock out and got Imu. So what if he kept Shamrock here? He would have had to live up to some type of hype and expectation. He means what he says when he tells Loki, and the result would be the same. Oda draws those lines over your eyes. He don't do that for no reason. Otherwise, it would have been a gag, but it's not. He's the truth. You know, well, he with Twin. Him and Twin is up there. Just know that. It's not just red hair Shanks. It's the Twin is up there as well. You feel me? That's all I'm trying to say. Shamrock upscale.
Felt.
But Machi's lit.
Okay, so I want to bring up a comment that Sheila had made earlier to get y'all's perspective on it. I need to read comments. I'm gonna do that, Sheila. I want to bring up your question because I think that was actually really interesting. Okay, so let me see. Where am I even starting with this? Oh God.
Oh yeah, music major. Blackbeard is the end game.
And shout out to Seb.
Yeah.
I had got a chance to send Seb a bunch of the Machi stuff because I realized half the fandom is talking about it and half of the fandom's not. It's because not everybody's reading the backyard conversations or on Twitter and getting these tidbits and whatnot. So it seemed like a lot of people weren't aware of it. I sent it to him. Yeah, I watched a little bit of their podcast today, and they were talking about it. And basically, he was saying he explained it right. He was saying it's basically the dark side of haki. It's just the whole premise of there's a lot to digest with it. But he was on point. He didn't get to the whole point of it, but the whole point of having Conqueror's haki, I believe, is so that you can dominate. Because Conqueror's haki's definition is domination. Exactly what Imu's talking about, actually. And what Machi is demonic aura. You need the domination to conquer and dominate that demonic side you got. So it's in everything. Machi's in everything, as he said. Omen is in all things. Rayleigh said it different. He said it's in all living things. So Machi's even a bit deeper and darker because now you see it affecting the houses and all types of stuff. So it's just the dark side. It's the Sith and the Jedi. It's all the Force, like I said.
Yeah.
Okay, I have another question now I want to ask all y'all. Ooh, okay. Dang, man. I'm sorry, guys. Let me hold on.
Damn.
I really want to.
I wanted to ask you this question, Ray. Damn, because you just finished reading the chapter.
I go for it, man. I'll read these after that. I'll read them after that.
Can you pull the chapter up real quick? And then I'm going to send you this on Discord. I really want your genuine reaction to this and Fooly too. Because I know Fooly will like this.
Okay, so I have do you want me to screen share the chapter?
So go back to the panel where he recollects his memory about Joy Boy.
Okay, hold on.
And he's like, "You're right, Joy Boy."
Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up.
The one that you were like stuck pondering, like, what's this wedding dress figure?
Yeah.
Okay, so zoom in on the part. Okay, you see how this is Joy Boy right here? On the left, right here, with a smile, and you see how he has a straw hat. The hair is what's really interesting to me. Now, if you look at Discord and look at what I sent you, I realistically think because of the simple fact that he used the 4Kids voice actor for Joy Boy, like the original VA for Joy Boy, for Luffy. If you look at what I sent you, it kind of lines up that Joy Boy's design might be a Nyaki.
Wait, hold on.
Look at what I sent you.
I'm gonna look at it. Hold on, let me read Sheila's super chat really quick. I did not know where you were going with that. I was not expecting you to go there. Okay.
There's a whole theory behind that thing too. That's crazy.
That would be freaking insane. But that would be so insane. Sheila with the $10 Canadian. She says Sanji landed where Bonney and Lilith were at. Vegapunk is smarter than Judge. So what if Lilith helps Sanji with his Germa genes and he awakens to his full potential?
That's very likely. That is very possible, Sheila. Very likely. That's a very likely thing because Chopper wouldn't be able to just. It's like trying to stick a needle in Superman. That's kind of how I said it. It wouldn't work. Chopper's natural means wouldn't work on his natural methods wouldn't work on trying to give Sanji actual medical treatment. he actually would need like a Vegapunk. That's actually crazy. Like that's the only person that could support what Judge has already done. So if there's ever a time his exoskeleton's not working, he would definitely need the Vegapunk or the Lilith treatment. Or he gonna have to let Frankie take a look at him. Something I don't know.
Yeah, I like that idea. Honestly, she probably would be the best person to legit help him and Frankie.
Yeah.
Because they're both like basically science experiments, essentially. So, that's
remember when Atlas got hurt? Chopper was like, "I can't do nothing here, Jinbe. You gotta let Frankie take a look at him, take a look at her." Like Chopper said it, and if we're gonna talk about Atlas, then Sanji's an even bigger question mark.
Okay, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, you're talking about the one with them next to each other, right? The one you sent me in Discord.
Yep.
Okay. All right. That's that. I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were going a lot of places. That's not a place I thought you were going.
So this is why I sent him. So I sent Ree. So how I thinking that Oda might be cooking is that if you look at Iñaki, especially his hairstyle, like his hair texture, it really fits like Joy Boy's silhouette, especially now that we finally see that he has like a curlier type of hair texture, not like the straight hair that Luffy has. And he has, a picture of them two together. Like they're essentially like one, because Joy Boy is supposed to be Luffy. So I wouldn't be surprised if he went down the path of like, hey, let me kind of like not pay homage, but let me just try to connect everything together. Like if I have the original VA actor come back and play as Joy Boy's voice actor, and then literally were to make a design specifically of Joy Boy as Iñaki, that would like kind of hit all dimensions of One Piece all in one. And then on top of that, what would be really, really cool about it, because this is what I think it is. I think the reason why Oda took so long for when it came to, because I was watching the interviews, because he was like, they literally said that Oda was like hand picking essentially the actors for the live action. And I think Luffy, like I'm pretty sure there's no debate, Luffy was probably the most important person to pick. And so I guess the reason why was because whoever was going to be the Luffy in the live action is probably ultimately going to be the design of Joy Boy. And so based off of his hair and the fact that he has a straw hat, and I'm assuming Joy Boy has a straw hat too, based off of that panel and his hair texture, it looks like the Joy Boy character, like the design for it might be just a design after Iñaki.
Okay, just, all right, hold on. I got thoughts. I have response. That would be a multiverse craziness if that was the case. Hold on. Let me read Mr. Music Major super chat. Mr. Music Major with the $20 super chat. He says, genuine question. I have theories, but what are y'all thinking about Usopp in this arc? Is there hope for him, or do we think he might kick the bucket this arc? Hashtag y'all de-goats. Hashtag Kezi your theories. Okay.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna let you go last, Nika, because
for sure. Just want to say thank you. That's all. I appreciate.
We can go in the same order that we went with the thoughts on the chapter. Benz, you can go first.
So for Usopp specifically, all right, I'm gonna try to say this as non-negative as possible. All right, I'm gonna give some upscale for Usopp, okay? Usopp. So Usopp himself,
there we go.
I do not think he's gonna kick the bucket this arc, right? Like I don't think he's going to get the same treatment that Zoro got in Wano, because I know a lot of people associated with samurais and Zoro, like, oh, this has to be the biggest Zoro arc ever, right? I don't think it's going to go down that path. Specifically for Usopp, I think what's going to happen is that when he's fully healed and he's fully ready to, be ready to fight again, because I think that moment will cross back, because I don't think he's going to just be knocked out this whole time. I think what's most likely going to happen is something has to either A, happen to Loki, where he has to have an instant or a moment with Ragnar, or 2, there's going to be a moment where either it's with Biblo, with Hydruden, or some sort of like ancient giant, or not ancient giant, but Dorian Brogy, where there's some sort of moment, like specifically where he has to like fully snap out of it. Like I think the whole speech was just kind of like the pre-game warm-up where it was like kind of like, you know, uplifting him and giving him that confidence. Then something dramatic has to happen, and then something is going to awaken. Not saying it's gonna be like some Naruto moment like versus Pain, but like he's gonna his mentality is going to switch very soon. And I think along the lines with that is going to be his upscale. Because like I've told Nika before and other people in the Discord, Usopp's power-up has to be handled with such delicacy, because you can't just give him something upright and then be like, boom, you're now the strongest. You're the third strongest in the crew. Like it has to be something that literally takes time to fully like mature to make Usopp respectfully stronger. So like I think that's how he's going to handle it. It has to be a mental and a physical buff. It can't just be one or the other.
Okay. Strawberry, what are your thoughts on Usopp?
Usopp. I ain't thinking about Usopp right now.
Is he going to kick the bucket, or is he going to get a upgrade during this arc?
I don't think he kicked the bucket. I can't. I don't think he's gonna kick the bucket. I think he's gonna get some kind of upgrade. It's okay. Hopefully, it's something good. I want to punch him. I mean,
wow.
In the last chapter, he did do good. He did stand up to a very
dark,
evil, very dark entity and had no fear. I love that. I love that. If you do it more, I'll love you more. Because I now know, okay, when it comes to real adversity, I know you're going to step up. I know you're going to be there. But the little, oh my gosh, he brought out a sword, let me run scared. No. I don't like that. The little stuff matters too. But when it did come to this big thing, you did stand 10 toes down, and I do appreciate that. But I ain't thinking about Usopp right now. I don't really. He's gonna get an upgrade. He's not gonna die. That's just how I feel.
Zog got her hostage right now with a gun.
Say the right thing. Say the right thing.
Wait, what's your thoughts, Zog? You the Usopp guy, man. What's your thoughts, bro?
Nah, I'm just like, he's still doing this. Everyone think he's still gonna kick the bucket. I'm like, okay. He has Imu out here destroying Loki. He took out two. He took out the wings of the Pirate King without even trying, because Usopp baited him here. Not gonna lie, Usopp does his best work when he is beat up, damaged, and when he stands up. That's when Usopp shines the most. So remember when he stood up to Frankie's crew. Remember, even in, as much as I don't like Stampede, when he helped Luffy and all that type of stuff, he was beat down. He delivered the final blow to the Pop. So
Stampede was awesome.
Yeah, God,
fair enough.
Movie.
Fooly, bro, what's your thoughts?
I do not think Usopp's gonna die anymore, especially seeing Frankie get his upgrade. So I do think Usopp's gonna get his upgrade. What I think his Usopp upgrade will be, I'm still in the whole kick of like I think it's gonna be the voice of all things. The way it'll play out, I'm still holding the whole. One of his lies going to come true about him having a giant warriors and whatnot. It's going to be the little kids. We're going to see that play out, because we're seeing that like the other holy knights are getting back up with the Oni, the Omens on and everything like that. So I feel like we're going to see Usopp get his shining moment with the kids and leading them and everything like that. So his one lie will come true. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing voice of all things still. I wish it was him doing the voice of all things to awaken them from dummy reverse. But hey, I still see voice of all things.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm definitely not a big Usopp fan, but I'm gonna throw my bias in the trash can, because I have to admit, I just watched this last episode, 11:59, and I was actually impressed. I think Toei might have changed my perspective a little bit on Usopp, because while I love what they did with Nami's attack, shout out to Nams, shout out to Tsunami, what they did with what they did with the attack from Usopp was actually pretty impressive. So I think seeing the skull grass bomb in, like, seeing it animated and seeing how big it actually is in actuality, it really makes me understand what Oda's trying to do with it. Now, it also, I have to say at the same time, because I didn't really like it when I saw it initially, when he landed that same attack on Imu, it's like, okay, like, it happened. But no, it really happened. Granted, it was big in the manga, fine, but seeing how it actually looks, like, animated, it's like, okay, wait, nah. Because, like, it was a massive skull, red flames, like, it was like that. So I don't know, to answer your question, I don't know that he's going to get an upgrade. I've said this since we were early in Egghead. The only upgrade Usopp needs is to not be scared anymore. If he literally stops being scared, then he's good. What I'm seeing him doing with the skull grass bomb, he doesn't need anything else. I'm gonna be honest with you. He doesn't need anything else. But yeah, do I think he's gonna die? Maybe. I don't want him to, but maybe. I do think that the way Oda is going, especially again in the live action, he's got Brogy telling him, like, yo, dying in battle is the most heroic way to go. So, and that was a line that Oda okayed. He's very involved with the live action. So I take things like that very seriously when I'm thinking about what we're doing, especially with us being in Elbaf right now. So maybe. That's my answer. Maybe. What you got, Nika?
Nah, keep it simple. It was just skull bomb grass or skull grass bomb. If you look at it, it had the same. They gave it the same treatment Garp had in Hoshinosu, just without the haki. You know what I mean? But it was a crazy blast in itself. Even Usopp was surprised at how much damage it did. So, me personally, give Usopp the bare minimum. I think he should just awaken to the observation haki we've already seen him using. Just give him that. That should be his power up. We can move on with our lives. And also just make him more, 10 toes-ish. Let's just check his toes. Make sure he got 10 every time. That's all we need to do. Like, the son just need to be able to stand 10 toes every time. He do that, I don't think nobody will have a problem, because he'll be in his wits, and his observation haki will work. He might awaken to all types of levels of observation haki, including voice of all things, like Fooly was saying. And we can move on. If he gets a moment with Ragnar, like I've predicted he might get a moment with Ragnar in the past, if that happens, that'd be dope. But he doesn't need anything crazy. I agree with Ree. I said that in the beginning of Elbaf. He doesn't need nothing crazy. He just needs to be able to stand his ground and stay composed. Once he can stay composed, his observation haki will work. Just like Katakuri told us. As long as he's composed, we're good with observation haki. So if he does that, he'll be great. Now, if he's going to die, the opening of the new opening, even though I think the ending should be the opening and the opening should be the ending, both two great songs still, but the opening kind of it's kind of flirting with the topic. Live action is flirting with the topic. One Piece fans have been flirting with the topic. I feel like Oda's going to leave it ambiguous until he just doesn't do it. Or till he does. Like I said, he's flirting with the topic. So, but I do think he will be alive. If not, I feel bad for whoever has to feel the Straw Hat's wrath after Usopp dies. So, put it like that.
Ooh, mic drop.
Very good question, though, Music Major. Definitely still hope for your boy. But it's not. Death isn't off the table at the same time.
We'll see, man. Again, it's kind of unpredictable right now. Sheila dropped a $20 Canadian super chat. She says, if you haven't watched the live action, Tsunami had an incredible scene. So beautiful.
He said latest episode, not live action. Latest
episode. Tsunami had an incredible scene. So beautiful. And for the Usopp haters, in the latest episode, Usopp's attack was shown to be more powerful than Garp's Galaxy Impact. #MiniGear4. Sheila, You are called Queen Sheila in the stream for a reason because you spit. And I don't even want to. It's almost my turn. It's almost my turn to talk about the chapter and to just talk uninterrupted. You already know I'm about to talk my crap about that freaking episode. Holy freak. That episode is, oh my, no. I'm good. Let me calm down.
Conquerors hockey. Freeze frame.
Let me calm down.
Well, you know what? Hold
Back
on.
frame.
One, my bad, Ree. I don't like the Usopp hater comment because Sheila, I feel like you low key trying to throw blows right now. I don't
was.
hate Usopp.
You do.
He's not. We're not Usopp haters around here. What I don't like is how the only black character in the Straw Hats is portrayed this way.
What you mean
He's
Jinbe
portrayed as a
doesn't portray like
coward.
this?
Jinbe
talk
would
about
be
Jinbe.
Jinbe would be Indian.
Jinbe's black.
I mean,
Oh my
fair,
goodness.
but Oda said
Look.
he's from India.
Listen,
There's black people in India.
I said
Oh
fair.
my-
I said fair. I said
Listen.
fair.
Is that black Indian? I got it.
Yeah,
To be
that's
fair,
fair. Listen,
to be
but
fair,
we're talking about
uh,
Usopp though, and
to
we
be
know Usopp black.
Brooke is black too. Just want you to throw
Brooke
that
is
out
black
there.
yeah.
too, but Brooke isn't being portrayed
He black
as a
skull.
cowardly person, a prideful person. He's not being portrayed that way. Usopp is. Usopp is being portrayed as a cowardly, prideful person. Why is one of the main black
That's his
characters
that's his
seen that
character.
way?
That's his
No.
character. That's a whole nother That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. And I don't know if a lot of people are ready for that conversation, but
They're not ready.
besides that, I think that's just how Oda wants Usopp to be depicted. He wants him to rise from that. So we just stuck with that. If that's what you hate if everyone hates that about Usopp, they even after he gets the power up, they're still gonna hate.
Yo.
They're still gonna hate him.
Yeah.
I know it's happening. A lot of people they think they're gonna switch up. No, you're not. Because now you're gonna get sick
For
and tired of
Usopp,
seeing him
it's a
acting like a man
lose-lose situation.
more than halfway through the series. Like it's
Strawberry.
the end of the series, and you're now buckling down. People are gonna find new things to say.
Say
Yeah,
say
bro. Like,
Usopp is the goat. Strawberry. Say Usopp is the goat right now.
If Sheila is gonna pay me,
No.
I would
You gotta
always say it.
genuinely mean it though.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See, look,
Listen.
you talking
You gotta
corruption.
genuinely-
You
okay,
talking
fine.
corruption.
okay, fine. I will look at Usopp, which this is kind of how I halfway see him anyway. But to me, he seems more like a Jesus character. Not
Mhm.
really, but kind
Wait,
of
where are you
sort
going
of.
with that?
So
Profit.
yeah,
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm a Usopp
Gotta-
fan. I get it.
I know
get it.
you're a
Over my
Usopp
head.
fan.
You gotta-
I'm
The
not
lies come true.
100%. The lies do come true.
I don't even
But
think they're
why is
lies.
he-
I think they're just they're prophecies.
Oh, they're prophecies?
Listen,
Okay.
they're prophecies. Look, Usopp said,
everyone
"I'm gonna have an
else sees them
army
as
of
lies.
1,000, 8,000 men. Some gains a grand fleet for the captain. So
Yeah.
everything he has said has come true to some extent. Some things haven't.
Yeah.
Very true.
So not everything, but most things. And I do think the more we see contextually, he's gonna go forward and be he's Buggy if Buggy was on the crew. I keep telling people
Pretty
that.
much.
So if Buggy could do it, Usopp's definitely going to get it. He's a parallel character.
Well, and see, here's the thing:
Have
if
some
he
crazy
dies, then that does bring him closer to a Jesus-esque character in the story.
They call him God Usopp. Just you're not chatting. You're actually saying things that are very well known by the Usopp fandom.
Uh-huh.
Profit
Not gonna lie.
be Usopp.
Okay, hold on.
All right,
Going off
Usopp the
that.
goat. Now Sheila, send me my money.
Girl,
Wait.
what'd you say?
I would say going off that, right? What if we see the Apu Nomi used on Usopp to bring Usopp back?
No.
Wait, the what? You talking about Brooks fruit?
No.
No. Law.
Lost fruit.
Okay. The op fruit. Obey. Got you.
Oh,
man.
she
Got you.
did it.
Got you.
Oh no
She
way!
did it. She did it. Strawberry.
Shit.
She did it.
That's right, Strawberry. Don't ever do my goat like that. We ride for him. We die for him. Hashtag Jesus Usopp. Holy
100 Canadians. Stop
freaking
playing.
crap.
Let's go.
Sheila, you are not around. Yo, W's in the chat for Sheila, man. I
Let's
didn't know
go.
you were a big Usopp fan. That is actually okay. I mean, hey, I know that we're locked in on the Tsunami agenda, but you really stand up for Usopp. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
hold you.
I think she's a bigger fan than Za and Kazi combined. That's real
Maybe.
dedication right there.
Maybe.
I only defend Usopp because
I just
like,
sat here as an
everyone
Usopp
just gangs
fan
up on him.
claiming
That's
to
all,
we
you know,
knew
like-
all those points. Like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah, we knew. Me and Za, we've been like. I'm not even trying to self-claim this. Like, this is just. Look what everything Strawberry just said. Like, oh, the Jesus Usopp. Like, they literally held him up like he was on a cross and called him God Usopp. This is old knowledge. This is like 7-8 years ago gems that like we've been known that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yep.
Like, that's what it is. Like Sheila on point. Sheila just following through consistency on the Usopp fan.
So then does that foreshadow that he's gonna be like crucified then? Is that where we're going?
It could be, but look what Fooly just said. What happened to the man that was crucified? He got brought back.
Yep.
Fooly
Rose again.
Fooly just put out a whole theory. Like, what if that happens?
Y'all are actually like low-key sporadically potentially cooking. And I don't know.
What? This is like old Reddit stuff, bro. This is not even new. This is nowhere near new. I can't even claim any W that Alex will tell you. You could do a one-on-one with Alex, and he'll tell you all the Usopp theories from back in the day. This ain't even crazy. This ain't even too bad. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Fooly's theory is gonna come true. You never know. Because he could be brought back to life through other means. Like, you know what I mean? What if he's on the brink of death and then Luffy makes his heartbeat go crazy and he got the Gear 5. He got his own version of Omen, but through Gear 5. You never know, bro. Like, Oda could make that whole thing Fooly just like come true in mad different ways. Like, Bonney's there. Put Usopp into his freest future while he's on the brink of death. Son gets back alive. Oh my gosh, shooting rubber. Like, yo, listen, man. Shout out to all the Usopp loyalists, bro.
All right.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, man.
Let me pull up. Trip was trying to. He wants us to talk about the possibility of him wielding Ragnar.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I personally, this pure head. I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, he needs Ragnar to fight, get stronger." I purely want Usopp to get Ragnar because I want him to use Ragnar to connect souls to souls with the Going Merry and bring it back.
Okay.
That's literally the only
way. Elaborate.
So because you know how Ragnar fought with the previous god of war, and then he, stood there waiting for the next person, and his soul essentially passed into the hammer. I want him because when we see Tom tries to resurrect the Going Merry, and we see that there's a soul speaking to Tom. There's a soul within the Going Merry. So I want him to be able to, like, if some way, somehow Oda could do it, have the Going Merry on the Going Merry's final, sail, make its way back to Usopp, and he uses Ragnar to completely fix up the Going Merry to bring it back because he's using Ragnar to heal the soul of the Going Merry because it's a soul-to-soul connection. I only want that. That's the only thing. I've been thinking about that for the longest time because I really think, like what Fooly said with, Usopp having the voice of all things, I really think it comes down to the simple fact that, and if Oda does do this, this will definitely prove my fact. I actually think the only person that's going to be able to understand Ragnar out of the whole crew isn't going to be Chopper. I think it's going to be Usopp. I don't think Chopper's going to be able to understand him at all, and Chopper's going to be like, well, I can't because he's dead, technically. And so Usopp is going to be the only one that can understand it and translate it. So I think if he does that, then my theory can full-fledged come back. Like, Going Merry could for sure come back, and he could fix it. That's the only reason why I want him to have Ragnar.
My head, that was definitely left field. My head wasn't in the stratosphere. Okay, that's interesting as hell, Vance.
Yeah. I'm not. I actually like that. Where I'm at though with Ragnar, again, I feel like I don't need to. Okay, I guess what I'm wondering is, do people want to see it to depict like Usopp is like that, like as a feat for Usopp because you wielded it? Because I don't personally need to see that from him to feel that way because I feel like he has what he needs in his kid already. So if he doesn't wield it, I don't think that's any worse if he doesn't wield it. I just need him to use what he has. He has a lot in his bag. And again, like I'm saying, like, what can you do if you're using your observation and calm and throwing just spamming skull bomb grass? Who can you not take out with that? You know, it's a big AoE blast. So I don't want it. I don't really want him to wield Ragnar. It just feels odd, like a weird like moment.
Can I say where it comes from though?
Yeah.
Can I say where it stems from? So the whole him wielding Ragnar thing, it didn't really stem from a power type of thing. Like the whole thing with Mjolnir, the hammer that Thor uses, and even like in Marvel movies. Let's go with the Marvel depiction of it. It wasn't just strength that defined if you can lift the spear. It was strength of spirit.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? And then that basically became the thing with Captain America, who then went on to lift it as well. He had the strength of spirit. So his whole thing is being the brave warrior of the seas. Being a brave warrior of the seas. How would you get that confirmed? By either, and if you look, depending on the mythology you're looking at, if Usopp, the line that Usopp lives is the life that he lives is very reminiscent of Lancelot and how he wielded the quest of Camelot, wielding the great sword, the holy sword, and lifting it from the stone and all that. I may get some of the names wrong, but it plays with that, and it was the strength of spirit because the person that drew the sword wasn't like a great class warrior. Like there was a greatest warrior already, and he couldn't lift it, and it was this guy. I think it was a child actually that was able to do it. Like if not a child, it was just a younger type of warrior, whatever the case may be. So it could go to the sense of more line. To me, I look at it more the line of getting this legendary hammer that doesn't approve of no one, not even previous kings of this country. And this is a country that you hopes and dreams put all these eggs in a basket for. And this is actually the country where you finally stood your ground as a man, and you did it to top one. Because the top one stuff wasn't even there before. Like the Imu rage bait and stuff wasn't there when this theory was first made. But now that it's made and you see what Imu came and did, it kind of backs it more because it's like, dang, well, he's something, and he even smacked the head of Jarul on the sword. And he was talking about Lancelot and the whole like somebody got to pull the sword out from the stone. Like Usopp was making jokes at it already, making puns towards it. So to me, it's not crazy to say that Usopp might have a moment where showing strength of spirit, you have more spirit than even the warriors of the great and mightiest warriors of Elbaf, previous kings of Elbaf. You're able to match up on that note of just a strength of spirit. It's more like a conqueror's type of feat because that's what let Ragnar know Loki was like that. He got hit and he was like, "Yo, this nigga's a conqueror though." I don't think that was the only aspect that went into it, but it was also that did play a part in it. So I do think power will play a part into it. But it's not really, the feat for Usopp isn't for power. It's more for symbolism of strength of spirit. He's a brave warrior to see now. Like after he does that, especially not knowing that he couldn't have, like what if he doesn't and he didn't know that no one could lift the hammer in the first place but him? It's like, yo, no one could lift. Like how are you doing that? He's like, what do you mean? Well, how am I doing what? And then it's like, oh shoot. Yep. The 10 ton, 5 ton, whatever hammer just confirmed right there now because he puts it down and no one else can replicate that but Loki.
Yeah.
So that's where the theory really comes from. This whole thing with Imu has not been like a power trip for Usopp. That's why the feat of getting Usopp to get a power up, it's not from real Usopp loyalists. We don't want no big crazy thing from. You don't even need to get Conqueror's Haki. That's like a cherry on top. We don't even need that. We just want some to like face that adversity, as Strawberry said. Go through that and then boom. You know what I mean? Show us that you could compose yourself and use the odds like you did in Film Red. That would be great. Just do that. You know what I mean?
That's all I want. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's it.
Slow it down.
That's all I want. That's all I ask for. Like he again, like I said, he's like that. I just want to see him do it. And that's one thing I say too, because I've had some conversations with people that's like, which I used to say this too before I had to like backtrack and think. But it's like people are bad because like Usopp hasn't used his observation since Dressrosa. And my thing is like, well, he hasn't really had the opportunity. He hasn't had a 1v1 to really pull it out, pause, and use it, So it's like, if he actually had that opportunity, I feel like he would show you that, yeah, I can use it. and I'm capable and competent, but he just hasn't been in that situation, you know? So I feel
He's
like
about
when
to
we
be.
see him, huh?
He's about to be.
Yeah, right. So that's what I'm saying. When we see him in that situation where he does have to, you know, have a 1v1 or have to be competent in that moment, I think you're going to see him using the observation that he has again, you know, or to Nika's point, if he lifts Ragnar, maybe you'll have a moment where he actually awakens his conquerors. You know, that's fine. If we're going with that, then fine. I'm okay with him doing the Ragnar thing if there could be like a potential awakening attached to it as well. I'm cool with that. My only thing was like, if it's just going to be a moment where it's like, hey, he did this thing, then I could do without it because he doesn't need that for his character. That's all I'm saying. But
Agreed.
that's fine. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not mad at that sentiment.
Right. Okay, man. Let me get my thoughts on the chapter. By the way, before I even do that, because I haven't get my thoughts yet, if you haven't already hit the like button, there's a lot of you guys in here. It's a great stream, lots of comments. I'm sorry I haven't read everyone's. Make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new here, do not forget to hit the subscribe button as well. It'd mean a lot for all of us if you did, but it's easy. Just hit the like button. Get the likes up if you can. That would be great. Okay. Thoughts on the chapter? I think it was a 10 out of 10. I like the fight scenes. To Nika's point, when he was talking about God Valley and the fight sequence with the Garp, Roger, and Rocks, for me, it somewhat fell flat. But falling flat is kind of a weird sentence because it was still a great sequence, but compared to what I expected, it fell flat. But I understand why, because we need to get the concept and they were trying to get it through and we had to get out the flashback. Boom, boom, boom. I like this sequence because I can see the different situations that Loki is going through. And during the fight, he's getting his flashback as well to really amplify why he feels the way that he feels. And I think it really shows that Loki has really been shouldering this for a long time. And he really hasn't had the opportunity to really get all these emotions out. Of course, because he's been locked up and the whole country's hated him for something that he had to do. But now he actually has the person who's responsible in front of him. And again, to Nika's point, this person is also saying, yeah, you weren't even the worst. Like your dad and you weren't even the worst out of this. It was me. And it literally was because I lost a loyal servant. So I think it really shows that Loki's character has really just been going through a lot while he's been, down there. He didn't have anyone to talk to. No one believed him. No one trusted him. And this is his time to be able to actually get his revenge for what he had to do to his father. So I like the fight sequence. I like, me personally, when I saw Mr. Music Major was talking about, he doesn't like necessarily how Loki was able to kind of like get hits off on Imu right now. But I don't mind it in this way because Imu has showed us up to this point that Imu's really like that. Everybody's getting one-shotted. Everyone's getting basically no-diffed. And I like how last chapter we were able to see that Imu's going to basically no-diff the wings. That was okay with me. I like how we were able to see that Imu is faster than Loki. Clearly, we've seen that. But the reason why this doesn't bother me is because Oda gave us the distracted flashback to explain why Loki was able to get the hit off. So it really doesn't, it doesn't bother me that it happened. And even when Imu got knocked into the Atom Tree, still awake, couple of scratches on the face, but not, yes, exactly, smiling. Nothing really affected Imu from that attack. So I don't think it takes any end of story gusto away from this villain. And especially you did your Thorheim and you didn't touch Imu at all. Whether it was absorbed, whether it was blocked, we'll see next chapter. But it really seems like Imu is kind of just playing around. And that's what we've seen even from the beginning with Gunmu. It's like, okay, you can hit me, but you can't kill me. Like, you can try to do this, I'm just going to redirect, it doesn't matter. Or even Usopp with the Skull Braum grass, like, okay, I got hit, but I regenerate. Like, none of this stuff really matters to me. But you can get your.
He's still gonna he's still gonna fight Luffy. So
exactly. So yeah, Luffy's gonna come up next. We're gonna be able to see, and I'm just gonna make a prediction. I think the Luffy things goes exactly the same way. I don't think Luffy's gonna be able to get too much off. I do think that Luffy will probably be able to, maybe land a hit, maybe, but I don't see it going crazy. But we'll see. We'll see next chapter. But yeah, like I said, overall 10 out of 10. Nami upscale, of course. I mean, well, come on. Like, this is my moment to talk. So we gotta talk about 11:59. Okay. I've been holding back. I'll let you guys all talk about important stuff. We spent an hour on Usopp, okay? Can I give the Tangerine Queen maybe 5 minutes of our airtime? 5 minutes. The Tangerine Queen showed everybody. And by the way, look here. Actually, no, give me the full screen because I'm actually tired of this. Sorry, everybody. Give me the full screen real quick because I need y'all to understand this. The Tangerine Queen slander needs to stop. Okay. And I'm going to say it really simply because me personally, I'm tired of it. I am absolutely tired of people like Wayne in the comment section because I told him I'm going to bring his name up. I spent 6 hours today arguing with Wayne and he told me that Nami didn't have observation haki. I showed him panels of Vivi telling us you can feel the weather. You can literally feel the minute changes of the weather. Wayne swears to me, bro, come on. That's just weather. I told him, hey, man, look, you see this big cloud coming? She can feel it before the people who have confirmed observation can feel it in Elbath. He tells me, hey, she's just a great meteorologist, man. That's not anything special. I'm tired of it. And I'm here to tell you 4 things. 1, Nami has Conqueror's haki. You heard it from me, and you also heard it from Jinbe. And Jinbe told you, but a lot of people are like, nah, that don't really mean anything. Even though Jinbe has been the guy who's told us, noted, hey, this person has Conquerors. This person has Conquerors. And we believe him when he says that, but when he says it about Nami, come on, man. It's just a joke, brother. Let it go. Okay, got you. Nami has armament. We've seen it in Wano. She uses it through Zeus. I get it. Y'all don't like that. That's fine. But we're going to talk about it because she uses it through Zeus. And we've seen it. Oda's drawn the black on Zeus. And he used it. She used it in Wano. But let's just keep it pushing. Also, she has observation. Vivi told us this back on the way to Drum Island. She has observation haki. We've seen also have theories. I'm not going to get into it, Nika. I know I was going to talk about tonight. It's going to go way too long. But she has observation haki. Okay? He's shown us in so many different ways. And I don't understand what Oda has to tell us besides literally just making a competent person say, hey, you used observation. But guys, I think where we are right now, I don't think we need to be spoon-fed these things anymore because we have panels to back them. Also, the 4th thing is that Nami has monster trio level attack power. And I know, I already know what you guys are thinking right now in the comments. Man, you're bugging. She can't have it all. Oh my God. That's where you're wrong. Nami has monster trio level attack power. And let me explain why. The scene that we just saw in 11:59 should tell you everything that you need to know. That was a big Zeus cloud. That was the biggest Zeus cloud that we've ever seen, right? Okay. That Zeus cloud pales in comparison to the Zeus cloud that we just saw a couple chapters ago. That was just casually, pouring rain on fires. No lightning came out of that. That's fine. But she was just pouring rain onto fires. Here's the thing about it. Nami's attack power is directly linked to how big Zeus can get. What is the max size of Zeus? Can anyone answer that? No, of course you can't. Because Nami with prep time can make Zeus as big as she wants to. You know why? Because Zeus is a cloud. And how can you limit the size of a cloud when it can just grow when you feed it weather eggs? So I'm here to tell you, I've watched Nami now use Zeus to knock Big Mom unconscious twice. I've watched her now use Zeus to knock a giant now unconscious. Road. What else do we need to see to say Nami is actually like that? What else? What else does Oda need to show us? Do we need to see Nami knock out a Holy Knight? Is that what we need? I feel like people would still say that Nami's not like that. She can knock out Killingham. She can knock out Summers. And we'd still say, well, but that was just luck. You know, I'm over it. I'm actually tired of it. So this is for Wayne. I told him I would bring it up today because I'm tired of the slander. And when Oda confirms these actual facts that I'm putting out, I want you to know this stream, it won't have the 6 of us here. It'll have just one. And it's going to be 3 hours of me talking Nami. I'm sorry. I apologize. Gang, I get it. I didn't need to do that. But Wayne has gotten under my skin today. And I just want him to know you're wrong. He put down every claim that I said about Nami. I showed him evidence. I showed him panels. And he said that Oda basically is not a reliable source and that I don't watch the right show. So anyway, are we good, guys? Can we end the stream here? I think we've hit all the points. I know the final thoughts go to me. Y'all don't even get final thoughts today. That was what it is.
You got
man.
it, bro. You got it.
That was what it is, man. I'm freaking mad.
I ain't mad
God
at it.
dang it.
Stop
slandering Nami. I'm coming for you. Pause. I'm coming for you. Stop slandering Nami. That goes to everybody out there.
Clear out.
Guys,
ISO.
ISO facts. Guys, thank you for everyone that joined the stream tonight. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the donations and the gifted memberships. If you haven't already, make sure that you connect your YouTube to your Discord to get the chats that we have in there. I'm going to be in one tonight because I got to do some editing. So I'm about to go there right now. Also, the live action Brogy interview is dropping this week. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Watch the clips, like the clips, and show it some love because he gives us a lot of insight to what they went through on the live action. Za, tell them, am I lying? Am I lying?
No, you are not. It was actually one of my favorite interviews. Like, dude, man, knew his stuff, and he was very animated about everything.
Facts. It's gonna be a good time, man. Thank you guys. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday. I guess. Are we streaming Wednesday? Is that what's happening?
We're hoping.
We're supposed to be.
There's a lot of. How can I explain this, Nika? There's a lot of beef going on with leakers and stuff like that right now. So the information is going to be there, but we just don't know fully. Okay. I guess you could say, right? Is that the best way to explain it?
Yeah, you're not wrong either. I think Fareed was getting at a different point because we're supposed to be streaming with Jehoda and Izzy this weekend. This Wednesday as well. But we are supposed. I don't know if we're gonna actually do a spoiler stream this week because they're supposed to be on break. Mm-hmm. And then so I don't know how it's really looking. We didn't get anything today, no hints or anything like that. So we can do a stream. Yeah, I think it's cool if we do like something fun, like a theory stream, or just talk some One Piece, whatever the case may be. If we're able to find like a last minute guest, maybe pull them up. But I know we are doing earlier that day. Me and Reed do have to do a stream with Izzy and Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, so that's supposed to be a packed day. I think we should still go ahead with both streams, regardless, though. But yeah.
Well, I'll say this: it's going to be a busy week for content. A lot of videos are going to get put out, a lot of clips are going to get put out, and a lot of lives. So you guys are going to have a full meal of content from the Strawhat Podcast. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys this week sometime. Keep your notifications on and hit the bell and subscribe if you haven't already. You guys have a great night. I'll see you on Wednesday.